So he's done all this publicity and all this fundraising for a lawsuit in which he might be a plaintiff, at the same time that he's getting hit with a lawsuit where he is the defendant that he's saying nothing about. So what I'm speculating or proposing is that he has no intention to sue Tilly at all.
Yeah, so listen, I give people too much of a benefit of a doubt sometimes. Like I really believe that people aren't as like dumb, you know. Like I know it's funny, like, yeah, Dusty's such an idiot, you know, but I'm like, I don't think Dusty's an idiot. But I don't know. Like he came up with this whole theory, right? So the most of the stream is just him going through the lawsuit and kind of like posting like Andrew and Rob Noor videos, basically helping Sarah's case, like, oh, this is where they demonstrated this that's in the lawsuit, or demonstrated that. Pretty much that's what the stream is. But then at the end, he comes up with this whole theory that's like so stupid. I was like, okay, listen, I know it's funny to yeah, Dusty's an idiot, but he can't be this stupid, can he? Like who? Like he just comes up with these theories, and I'm like what's the theory, or what's the thing where it's like the simplest, the easiest, the simplest solution, or not the solution, but the simplest reason is probably that's the reason. Like it's nothing complicated. Occam's razor. Thank you very much, Hasidic. See, this is why the chat rules. This is why I got you guys here. Yeah, Occam's razor. Dusty's really trying to be 1984. Yeah. So Occam's razor, where yeah, it's, you know, it's just simple. So he thinks it's really weird that Andrew and Rob and Rachel aren't talking about the lawsuit, right? He thinks it's really weird. Now, listen, I'm not a law expert, but my first thought is, listen, chat, maybe you guys could also join on me in this. Why wouldn't people that are in the middle of a lawsuit talk openly about the lawsuit? Do you guys have any guesses? Do you guys have any guesses out there? Because maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the stupid one. Maybe there is some kind of sinister reason they're not talking about it, right? Oh, it's Pumpkinhead first one. Yeah. Pretty sure some lawsuits you're not allowed to speak about it. Yeah. That was my assumption. Yeah. Why the fuck would I talk about an ongoing lawsuit? See, that was my thought. I was like, why would anybody involved talk? He is actively hurting her case. Yeah. Well, he's careful. But yes, I was like, well, no shit, they're not going to talk about the lawsuit. Why would they talk about the lawsuit? If you're in the middle of a lawsuit, it's usually not a good idea to talk about publicly. Yes, exactly. So, okay, I'm not crazy here. I'm not stupid, right? But Dusty here, he was like perplexed. He was like, why isn't Andrew or Rob or Rachel talking about it? It's so weird. And then he comes up with this weird theory that it's like, are you an idiot? Like, as far as I know, Sarah hasn't talked about the lawsuit either. So why isn't he questioning that? Why isn't Sarah talking about the lawsuit? Like, listen, I don't watch Sarah's streams anymore, but like, I mean, I doubt she's going to talk about the lawsuit either. She would be an idiot to talk about it. So if she's not going to talk about it, why would anybody else talk about it? So he comes up with this really retarded theory. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You're a dumbass. He likes to troll the blocks in the live chats, calling them out on their DJ and shit. Am I a bad person? I don't know. I'm not one to judge. That comment was for, oh, wait, what? He wants to give benefit of a doubt, so I gave him a no doubt clip to watch. That's funny. Wait, there's a lawsuit between Andrew and Homedo. Yeah, I'm surprised. I talked about this like a week or two ago. It was brought to my attention because Andrew actually, he didn't talk about it, but he mentioned a lawsuit that Sarah's suing him. And so Bandit actually brought me the evidence. And so I actually talked about it on the stream. And so, yeah, Sarah's suing Andrew, the Crucible LLC, Rachel, and Rob Noor. She's suing them. So That's what's going on. And so Dusty here covers it on his stream.
Well,
Emmett, did you make this for Dusty? This pixel art here? Emmett's really a free agent here. But yeah, so Dusty, I'm not going to cover the whole stream. All it is Dusty, like I said, rebutting, like showing examples of them doing the thing that Sarah's suing them for, right? That's basically all it is, which is actually a pretty entertaining stream because he shows all the times like Andrew goes off on Sarah and all the times Rob goes off on Sarah. And it was actually pretty funny. Like it was a nice little trip down memory lane. I was like, man, why can't we realize we're in the good times while we're still in them? You know, I was like, oh man, Rob going off on Sarah, that was fucking hilarious. Like I loved watching that. And then he would show a clip of Andrew going off on Sarah. And I was like, dude, that's fucking hilarious. I forgot about that. It was funny stuff. But I really want to focus on the end. Okay, we'll watch a little bit of the stream and then we'll go to the end here. Okay. Because the end is when he gives his stupid retarded theory.
Welcome, everybody. Good to see 52 people here before I've even started. We're still listening to music, and there's 52 people here. And there's $10 in the door. Rude Cunt Crab brings in the first dono. He says, about fucking time, asshole. Echoing the sentiments of, I know everybody basically who's interacted with me on YouTube, about time, asshole. And first dono of the stream gets bombs.
When you hear the sirens or anti-aircraft guns, you must get under cover at once.
I do not want to be a star witness. I really don't. But they're going to get wind of this. Like, oh, you should ask Nick to be a star witness. You have to get him to come here. It's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't. All right. I'll talk about it. By the way, before we begin, so listen, on the bottom here, you notice Dusty is being very careful here. Because honestly, he had to have like asked Sarah here, right? He had to have asked Sarah, you know, hey, like, can I talk about this? What should I say? So he's very careful. He makes it clear that he's just speculating here, right? He makes that very clear. Like, I'm just speculating. This is just alleged. This is my opinion. So he's very clear about that, right? So I'm also going to be very careful here. I too am just speculating. Okay, I'm just speculating. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't have any insider information. I haven't talked to Andrew Wilson. I haven't talked to Rob, nor I haven't talked to Rachel Wilson, nor have I talked to Sarah Weigman, aka the Raging Tomato. I haven't talked to any of the parties involved about this lawsuit. So I have no idea what's going on. Okay. The only information that I'm going to be talking about is the information that is publicly available that I have access to. And I'm just giving my opinion. Okay. Just got to save my ass here. All right. This is all my opinion, all of my speculation. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, let's do this.
Of one of those StreamYard nights where I have to keep checking back and switching back and forth
it's
manually.
Not legal advice.
All right. So first things first, let's just lay the groundwork a little bit. I think most people watching are probably aware of a couple lawsuit rumors swirling in the ether around Andrew Wilson. The first one that
wait, what? Their team Andrew? I thought they hated Andrew. That's wild. Crazy. Anyone with legal experience want to explain how she could possibly claim damages in civil court when she claimed on video she was going to cut ties before he did and she's better off after? Yeah, I know. See, and by the way, I re-listened to the Power of the Panelverse stream. I actually listened to the whole fucking thing. It was like 3-something hours, which I listened to the entire thing. So Dusty here, like their whole thing is they try to make it like Sarah was just sitting there. She didn't do anything. She didn't do nothing. She was just sitting there. She was critiquing Rob's behavior, and that was it. She didn't do nothing, right? But there's one point during the stream, and by the way, so Dusty during the stream, he brings up how Andrew and Rob both claim that Sarah masterminded everything, right? Which they deny. Well, on stream, Sarah straight up says, we should go back on Rob's stream. Because what happened is they sent someone to Rob's stream, right? And then Rob debated with that person, and then the person came back. All right. And then they were just chatting for the next 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, bullshitting. And then Sara at one point goes, we should go back to Rob's stream. He's still on. We should go back to Rob's stream and ask him why he was so mean to Trippy. That wasn't Dusty's idea. That wasn't anyone. That was Sara's idea. So, and that's on live stream. So again, they said all of this, it's on the internet. It's on live stream. So she's admitting right there, it was her idea. It was her idea to keep going to Rob's stream. So that throws that all out the window. The whole, I was just this innocent little Bubba Angel that didn't do nothing. I was just laughing on the stream. Throws that out right out the window. Hey, how's it going, Kat? Good to see you. Dusty is trying to say Andrew and Sara plotted Tomato Get In. Dusty always comes up with these retarded ideas. Like these retarded theories, like his whole theory about how Andrew took away, like paid for bots for Sara, and then after the fallout took them away and then gave them to Rob. Like in Dusty's head, he can't fathom, like he can't comprehend that maybe, just maybe, like people heard Andrew talking about Sara, chose to unsubscribe to Sara, and then was like, I'm going to go support Rob, so they subscribe to Rob. Like, he can't fathom that that's a possibility. No, it has to be. It has to be that Andrew is buying bots. Yeah, I agree with that, Kat. Someone should gift her a membership so she can use those cool emojis. I agree with that.
Actually is for sure happening. Is that
real quick? Sorry, guys, for this will be the last interruption. Thank you very much to Tyler TV for the raid. Thank you very much, Tyler TV. Shout out to Tyler TV. Make sure you guys are subscribed to him. He's doing great stuff over there. He probably just got done holding a fast debate Friday, which is always fun. So thank you very much, Tyler. Let's go.
Sara is suing Andrew for a number of things. We'll get into those charges in a second here. What's been interesting to me is that since the lawsuit was filed, Andrew seems to be talking a lot about lawsuits, but not about this one. He keeps talking about, he might sue this chick for saying something, or for actually directly quoting him, but he's saying it's out of context or whatever, but not addressing. He keeps talking about a speculative lawsuit, but not the one that is actually for sure happening. For some reason, he's pretty quiet on it. Rob Knorr, co-defendant, pretty quiet on it. Actually dead ass silent about it. So for those who are not aware,
part of it makes me wonder if Dusty just wants them to talk about it so they get attention. So since no one was really talking about it, Dusty's like, well, I have to go online and go get attention for this now. You know, they're all about the drama. They're all about the attention. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Dusty was doing.
Let me pull up the summary that we've looked at before here, just to kind of prime it. New suit, defamation, Wegman versus Wilson. That's Sara, the Raging Tomato, in Maryland. We'll be looking at some laws from Maryland. The plaintiff, Sara, the Raging Tomato. Defendants, Andrew Wilson is listed twice for some reason, probably because he's the headliner. But Andrew Wilson, Rachel Wilson, Rob Knorr, Crucible Media Group. Everybody getting it. Then the claims, contract and quasi-contract claims, defamation, privacy claims, tortious interference, all that stuff.
So there you go. That's what this lawsuit is about. Thank you very much, Robert, for the 5 Cool Vic memberships. Let's go. Congratulations to Hasidic Kaiju, Mr. Constantine, Caleb, and Descartes Kane, and also Paul Glastein. Congrats, guys. Welcome aboard. You guys are now documented Coolverse citizens. Thank you very much, Robert Whaley. Sorry, Kat. Hopefully someone else gets you, huh? But thank you very much, Robert.
And so the summary here says, Andrew Wilson hosts the Crucible podcast and other defendants were hit with a defamation suit. And this is, again, an AI summary. So, I'm you just take it for what it is, right? Like it may or may not be entirely well done, the summary, but he was hit with a lawsuit February 18th. So that's been what, over a month and a week now that since this has been filed. And as far as I'm aware, very, very little talk about it. A whole lot of talk about trying to sue some chick in England for defamation because she quoted him. Sounds, and he might sue her, but very little about this that is actually happening, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, because the Tilly lawsuit hasn't begun yet. He hasn't filed anything. I think has the week been up? Is the week over yet? Anyway, there is no lawsuit there yet. Okay, he hasn't filed anything yet. So of course he's gonna. What the video was that he was talking about was announcing that if she doesn't give an apology within a week, then he's gonna take legal action. That's what that was about. That's why he was talking about it. Why would any of the parties involved here, Andrew, Rachel, Rob, or even Sarah, talk openly about this lawsuit? Like I said, either Dusty's an idiot or he's just trying to get attention. Like, hey, I thought everybody was going to be talking about this. Well, I guess everyone's done with us. So I guess I got to get some attention here.
The action was brought by Flood Law on behalf of Sarah Wegman, an online debate moderator who uses the persona Raging Tomato, who alleges that Wilson made numerous false accusations against her during a December 25 live stream, including claims that she had been engaging in prostitution and posting photos of herself nude online, resulting in her losing approximately 5,000 subs and a $4,000 monthly contract with Enlightened Network. The complaint seeks over $150,000 in compensatory and punitive damages for alleged defamation, invasion of privacy, emotional distress. The case number is there. Ta-da. So,
Ta-da.
Given that all parties involved have been pretty hush, I took it on myself to do some sleuthing and try to piece together what I think may be going on. So the first thing I'm going to do,
yeah, don't worry, guys. Detective Dusty is on the case, huh? Yeah, this should be good.
Is read you some laws. Now these are the laws in Maryland where this case originates. I'm going to read you the definition of defamation. Pay attention to this because it'll be important in a minute, because we're gonna look at some clips after we lay the groundwork. So pay attention to this. If you want to jot down some keywords, feel free, although you will not be tested on them later. Defamation is false statement of fact published to a third party exposing plaintiff to scorn / hatred / contempt / ridicule or harming reputation. So false statements, in my opinion, again, I'm just trying to piece things together as an internet douchebag. A false statement would be, say, prostitution, or a good one would be the claims Andrew made claims that the pictures were nudes when they in fact were not, right? Definitely exposed Sarah, the third party, to school.
I mean, he included the picture of Sarah on the thumbnail to be like, see, look, I even put it on the thumbnail. But come on, dude. Like, yeah, is there any like nipples showing or any of her privates showing or anything? No, like there's nothing like that showing. But come on, like she's wearing a jacket with no bra or anything underneath. All right, so she's topless under there. Okay, and it's revealing, like everything's nude except for the breasts, and then she's wearing like underwear or whatever. So it's not a full-on nude, but come on, dude, it's pretty lewd. It's pretty lewd.
Born hatred, contempt, all that stuff.
Like even Sarah admitted that she wouldn't, like, if her father saw that, he wouldn't be happy about it, you know? So I mean, what does that tell you? By the way, Emmett, that is a pretty good job you did on the pixel art, I gotta say.
Invasion of privacy or false light. Publicly placing the plaintiff in a highly offensive false light before the public. Tortious interference with economic opportunities. Intentional / wrongful interference with the plaintiff's prospective economic advantage / business relationships. I think that was pretty on the nose. The contract with Enlightened Entertainment jumps right out at me. Gross negligence, reckless disregard of manifest duty or consequences, thoughtless indifference. So basically being reckless with your words. And also, the final law that I want to read to you is extortion.
Oh yeah. He also gave her $3K for doing. Yeah, that's another thing. So Dusty was like, well, yeah, they gave her the $3K, but they didn't even pay for her travel expenses. And I was like, what travel expenses? She didn't go anywhere. What travel expenses? Like, I mean, unless she paid for her plane tickets and she wants reimbursement for that, okay, that's one thing. But he also brought up like rental car and shit like that she would have had if she would have went over there. But I'm like, what? No, that's not how that works. Okay, she didn't go anywhere. And by the way, she admitted on stream that she used like frequent flyer miles so that way they wouldn't, like, they offered to cover the trip, but she used her frequent flyer miles so they wouldn't have to worry about it. She admitted that. So, I mean, unless she wants reimbursement for the freaking flyer miles or something, but how is she supposed to get reimbursed? Yeah, pay me for what I didn't do. Yeah, exactly. How are you going to get reimbursed for travel that you didn't do? Haas Knuckle, thank you very much for the $5. Hey, Dusty, no matter how much you simp, the Rotten Tomato won't let you plant your your mini cucumber in her garden. Yeah. I want to run through your wicked garden. Thank you very much, Haas Knuckle, for the $5. Very much appreciated.
In Maryland criminal law. So I don't know how this would come into play with a tort claim, but it is worth noting that extortion here, a person may not obtain, attempt to obtain, or conspire to obtain money or value by consent induced by wrongful threat of force or violence, economic injury, immigration misuse, or reporting immigration status. So, where would that come into play? Well, when the fallout first happened between Andrew and Sarah, there was a big talk of this $10,000. Basically, Andrew said, if you want back in my good graces, you need to pay Rob Knorr $10,000. And Rob Knorr.
Why does Dusty sound so out of breath, by the way? He's sitting down just talking, but he sounds like he's so out of breath. It's all the smoking, man. Dude, you gotta slow down on the smoking, dude.
Or happily parroted that. In fact,
yeah, he's got to catch his
Rob Knorr even made a stream called Sarah Owes Me $10,000. So let's that should prime the pump for us a little bit. Now let's look at a few clips that are relevant. How about that? That are relevant in my opinion.
He was strategizing.
So I don't know if this was the part here, but he plays this the clip, excuse me, of Rob Knorr just going off on Sarah, and it was fucking hilarious.
With them, telling Dusty he should come talk to me. They all came over, started trolling. Sarah's there yucking it up. The leader of the Panelverse. She runs the
leader of the
behind the
Panelverse.
scenes. When she's helping direct them to come over and troll me, Sarah joined Dusty's panel where they discussed how to come over and troll me. I didn't know that they were all having a little collective gathering on Dusty's channel with Sarah, strategizing on how to come fuck with me. It was a big, hey, we're all going to powwow and we're going to live stream as all of us go over and troll. And Sarah was right there. But then behind the scenes, she's the leader of the Panelverse. And she's sitting there while Dusty and his little buds talk about how to fucking troll me. Sit around in a little fucking powwow, coming up with plans, how come over and talk to me and troll me. Fuck her. She was on there for like 3 hours while they all had a little powwow about how to come troll my channel. until they talked themselves up enough that one by one they kept coming in trolling me. I mean, this is just going back. This is the 6 hours and 45 minutes. Sarah's on there. This Flo guy called in. Let's see how far going back. So Sarah raids in. That's at 5 hours, 32 minutes. And then she joins. She's there now. 5:37. Look at this. 5:37. There's 1 hour. 6:37. Sarah's still there. There's still 2 hours. Now they start after.
By the way, shout out to Emmett who got right the hell out of there. You can see right there real quick. Emmett pops up on there, and then he did what Sarah should have done and was like, well, I'm not going to be a part of this. Bye.
2 hours. Now they start. Now they're calling in trolling me. Here they all are from their panel. See?
That's why you're not seeing any Andrew streams on Emmett saying you shouldn't have did what you did.
Here they are. Now we're going to call in. Here's a guy calls in the troll. There's the next guy calls in the troll. There's the next guy calls in the troll. Sarah's still there. Yeah. Now we're going on hour 3. They're coping about me, coming up with strategy. Well, hey, they're watching more shit. Hey. Now, I didn't go through this whole thing. I didn't go through it all. I didn't go through this. I'm sure there's.
Let me just real quick, we'll take a pause and let me read invasion of privacy / false light. Publicly placing plaintiff in highly offensive false light before the public. Also, defamation, false statement of fact, published to a third party. False statement of fact being that she's scheming and conniving behind the scenes. Published to a third party, YouTube, exposing plaintiff to scorn, hatred, contempt, ridicule, those things.
So Dusty's saying this stuff as if Rob's saying this falsely. The only thing that was false about that it wasn't behind the scenes. It was right on the live stream. That was the only thing that's wrong with that. Yeah, that's the only thing Rob got wrong was that, that it was behind the scenes. No. Actually, I don't even think Rob said that it was on behind the scenes. If he did, then maybe I missed it. But Dusty's the one inferring like, that she's doing it behind the scenes. No, it was right on the live stream. As I said, I rewatched that whole live stream, and Sarah straight up says, hey, you should go on back on Rob's stream. You should go on Rob's stream and ask him why he was so mean to Trippy. It was Sarah's idea.
I might point out that, hell, it seems like I might be a victim of that as well.
So much fucking shit. But who knows if I went through the whole fucking 3-hour video with other bullshit she's saying. I don't know. I went through 5 minutes. I just happened to tune it on, and Sarah was talking about the power of the panelverse.
He said he was unaware of them doing it behind the scenes. Yeah. I might be a victim. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah. So, the only thing that was wrong about that was that it was behind the scenes. It was not behind the scenes. It was right on camera. So, yeah.
If you're moderating a debate and one of the person brings in big numbers and big audience for you and the other doesn't, there's going to be an impediment to sort of, or not.
I mean, yeah, Emmett. I mean, even this, talking about the lawsuit right here, even this is content for Dusty.
Impediment. There's going to be.
That's why he's like, I wonder why no one's talking about it. And it's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to talk about it because I need some drama. I need some attention.
An incentive to sort of be like, I'm sort of going to favor the person that brings me in big money. Okay, fine. It's hard to be totally impartial. I don't even think that's necessarily a bad thing. Fine, great, no problem. Sarah, it seems, has an in-group preference. Let's put it that way. That's what it seems like. So whatever her decision may be, she's going to favor them mod-wise, and she's going to treat other people different. There is.
Yeah, I noticed Dusty cut out the power of the panelverse segment, which sucks. I love watching that thing. I really should just get uploaded as a standalone short.
Is zero fucking possibility. Zero possibility that if it was Andrew Wilson calling in to debate Connor, that he would have been treated the same way as me. A lot of her audience, her growth is probably because of Andrew, and that's perfectly fine and reasonable. But don't act like I'm a fucking asshole for noticing that I'm being treated like a fucking doormat. I don't give.
You are an asshole.
Give a fuck anymore. Fuck you, Sarah. You fucking Jerry Springer host wannabe motherfucker. You suck. You're fucking garbage. Your moderating skills suck. The truth is, you like Dusty, so you're going to kiss his ass. That's the fucking truth. No one's intimidated by you and your fucking cretins. You're garbage. That's the truth. You fucking coward. She's got to treat Andrew good because he.
See, I was listening and I was like, damn, dude, I forgot about that. I was like, damn, this is like a highlight reel of all the best of Rob, Nor, and Andrew just going off on Sara. And it's freaking awesome to watch. Gotta drink to that.
He's big. But for someone like me, if I'm going up against a left winger that she thinks is useful, well, yeah, Sara, that's in.
So again, let me pause and point out that what these clips are from the day after Sara was on my panel. So what he's doing here is he's spinning a narrative in which Sara is colluding behind the scenes with people to shit on him, and then presenting it as, what did he say? Absolute. I don't remember how he phrased it, but he phrased it pretty strongly just a second ago.
Yeah. So again, just ignoring everything that they did the day before. Rob came on and was spinning the narrative that frame Sara in a bad light, poisoning the well, But no, in reality, Sara was colluding. It was all on the live stream. It was all on there. She was. She's the one. It was her idea. She was like, hey, maybe you should go on Rob's stream and ask him why he was mean to Trippy, because Sara was so bothered about what Rob did on Trippy's panel. And so she's like, you should go on there and ask him why he was mean to Trippy. It was her idea. They sent one person over there, right? And then they were done. They were bullshitting, chit-chatting. And then out of nowhere, Rob's like, you should send someone to Rob's channel. Yeah, Rob's stream. So, yeah, no, they were, and it's all on live stream. All of them talking about it. It's all on there. It's still up on Dusty's channel.
Again, Sara, back to the case, to the law.com. Sara, the host of and moderator of an online debate platform. So what he's doing is he's creating this fantasy that basically says she's crooked. She's
this fantasy. Hope everything's good, Navy Baby Bree. Hopefully the surgery was nothing major, and hopefully you're all right.
a crooked cop. This is a bad referee.
Interesting guest on someone else's show. You're right. I guess there's a certain amount of respect that's due there. You also should give a little respect to the guest on your show, not just kick Dusty's ass because he's part of your little crew, or kiss Connor's ass because, I don't know, because you need lefties to come on. But you're going to treat me like dog shit? That sort of makes sense.
And the fact of the matter is, Rob's just not as important as he thinks he is. You're just not, Rob. I've told you this before. I'll tell you it again. You want to be treated like Andrew Wilson, but you don't bring that Andrew Wilson viewers. You don't. People don't care about Rob Nor as much.
Sense.
It's okay, Rob. People don't care about the powdered Dusty as much either.
Why, when I'm...
Except for Sara. Sara loves the powdered Dusty. But yeah, so basically he's just saying everything Rob just said, but Dusty's also admitting that they did have a bias against Rob, that they didn't like Rob, and and so they're openly admitting it right there.
I'm on the panel with Sara and Dusty's just screaming over me and shit. She just lets it go. That's because Sara likes Connor. That's because Sara likes Dusty. Understand that you rely on the talent of others for your fucking channel success. At least with Radical Coder or Dusty, they're the ones doing the fucking work for their channels, albeit if they're successful or not, but not you.
I mean, Dusty's just upset that Rob's name was mentioned on Joe Rogan. Dusty's name was never mentioned on Joe Rogan. It probably never will be, but Rob's was. Also, Rob has debated Brian Shapiro, who has himself been on Piers Morgan and Tim Pool, and debated Jack Posobiec and hung out with Michael Knowles, And by the way, Rob also has a 2-story attic. It doesn't get any more baller and any more Chad than that.
She's not professional. She's a fucking little clique. She thinks she's running a little clique. She's a terrible fucking moderator. She fucking sucks. She sucks. Like so many of these other panel. When I go to Speakeasy's panel, it is fun. It's much more fun. And he's someone who's actually entertaining and talented on his own rights. What's Sara bring to the table? Dog shit moderation, sitting back and letting other people debate while she sits there and does nothing. And I'm pointing out that she's a dog shit moderator and is not talented. She's dog shit. She's absolute fucking garbage moderator. She's fucking dog shit. Her moderation's fucking garbage. She sits there and thinks that if she leaves people just spurg out, she gets to go, come on, everyone. It's time to be quiet. She's a fucking dog shit moderator.
See, how can Dusty sit there and watch that with a straight face? Like, that's hilarious. And Dusty's the one putting it together, helping his case. But meanwhile, I'm watching and just a highlight reel of just Rob just calling Sara dog shit, which is fucking hilarious. Like, it's pretty funny stuff. And wait till you get to Andrew. It's even funnier.
Real quick. Tortious interference with economic opportunities is intentionally/wrongful interference with plaintiff's prospective economic advantage / business relationships. She's an internet moderator. She was looking at being hired, or I believe that she was hired by Enlightened Network directly targeting her economic opportunities. Why? Because he was mad that she was on my panel while somebody went over to his stream. And
notice how he words that. She was on my panel while someone just went over there. It's like, no, asshole. She was a part of the whole thing.
And gave him a little push.
Dusty is hoping that no one watched all 3 boring ass hours of his fucking stream. Okay. Well, little does he know there's jackasses like me that have time to listen to this bullshit. Okay. So you guys don't have to. But yeah, so I know that no, she wasn't just this innocent little flower just sitting there, just, oh my gosh, what's going on? No, she was very much involved in all this because she didn't like how Rob acted during Trippy's panel.
Back. Also, falsely, he spun at the beginning of these clips, he spun a whole bunch of backstory about how she was scheming, colluding. Let me tell you for a fact right now, and you can put this on the stand. I'll go on the witness stand. I'll say this. There was no colluding, collaboration. We didn't do shit backstage to plan trolling Rob.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe it wasn't backstage. It was on the live stream.
That timestamp is 7 hours and 27 minutes. And then the awesome power of the panelverse timestamp is 8 hours and 14 seconds.
I'm just gonna get a fucking comment. I'm just gonna get a comment from a random, hey, I'm a judge here. I'm actually residing over their case, and I gotta say these COPE streams are hilarious. Now I am subbed. I'm part of the Coolverse. I'm also a membership now. By the way, there ain't no chance in hell she was gonna win this. It was such a dog shit lawsuit. Keep up the good work, Vic.
Listen, I've been polite. I've parsed words in the past. She's absolute fucking dog shit. I don't have to parse words anymore. I can say exactly how I fucking feel. She's garbage. Trippy, who was the host last night, I did fuck his show up. That I admit.
On that hold on, that big sniff reminded me.
Garbage. Trippy, who was the host last night, I did.
All right, we got to do. I hate to do it to you guys, but we got to do it with that one.
So it's funny. I don't know when during the stream, but he plays this clip that makes fun of Rob's breathing from his nose, right? The heavy breathing or the loud breathing. But what's funny is that there's one part where it goes silent and all you can hear is just Dusty's loud breathing, just like Rob's. So yeah, Dusty's not one to talk. And also we're seeing him get out of breath just from talking.
All right, and let me swear another thing to you. This is the only time I'm going to make y'all sit through that full 54-second clip to stream.
And fuck his show up. That I admit. And I am truly sorry about that. I think Sarah's probably very good at setting things up behind the scenes. I think she is good at that. And that ain't no joke. That sucks. That's tough work. It really is. I'm not being facetious at all. It fucking sucks to get everyone on the same page and everyone lined up at the same time and get a topic wording and all this shit. That sucks. And I assume that Sarah's very good at that. I think she is. That's no joke. And that is a talent. And she relies on other people for her views, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that format. But know your place, Sarah. Now, I don't mind that.
So that's funny. Because wasn't one of her loss of income, like, wasn't she going to be working for Word War Debates as like a booker? Like she was going to be the one going around trying to get everybody together. And you have that right there. Rob admitting that, oh, she's good at that. So how is that it's not gonna help her in court because she's trying to say that she lost income because of Rob. Well, you have Rob right there on camera saying, oh, she's good at getting the people together and it's a hard job and she's very good at that. Rob's on camera saying that. And so I don't know if she was going to be a moderator at all for Word War Debates. Like, I don't know if she was going to be doing that. So if him saying that she's a dog shit moderator, which by the way, that's like his opinion. That's just his opinion, man. So it's going to be very hard for her to prove that him saying that cost her a job. But if she's going to claim that he cost her a job, being the booker for Word War Debate, well, there he is on camera saying, well, she's good at that. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of hard to prove.
Dusty and fucking all the others had a little powwow about how to come troll me. That's fine. But with Sarah, maybe if someone would have told me afterwards, like, hey, did you know they were all on a stream together? I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. But with Sarah, that's what I found to be most amusing. You're gonna sit behind with the panel verse on Dusty's panel as y'all powwow about how to talk shit on me. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that it? No, you fucking place. There's certainly far worse things than people could say about me and do about me than sitting back and laughing and helping direct trolls to come onto my channel to try to fuck with my channel at the end of the night.
All right. So I think that's in context. Questions, comments, concerns, you can send them in with a super chat and I will.
There you go. I think I've made my case, Your Honor. And they're going to be like, made what case? How did this make Rob look bad? Well, it just did. Did you hear what I just said? Said that he came on the next day and spun this narrative. It's like, yeah, but she really did do those things. You guys were, okay, fine. You weren't colluding backstage, but you guys were colluding on stream. So where was the lie there exactly? Well, listen, I'm just speculating. I'm not the lawyer or anything. So I'm just going to take my suitcase and sit back down.
Get to them as they arrive. Otherwise, we can jump to our next. Let me get you out of here. Shout out to the Doors chick.
The Crazy Town Doors chick. Looks like it's a mix. So then he gets to Andrew. And again, this is also hilarious because he puts together a nice little highlight reel of just Andrew roasting Sarah, which again, like I said, I was laughing. I was having a good time. I was like, man, like good on Dusty for making this nice little highlight reel for us of just Andrew and Rob just talking shit about Sarah. And I was just dying laughing.
That's it. I adhere to the moderation of the debate because that's what I do. That's the relationship. She's about to have a big 20,000 sub party. That's great. You're fucking welcome. My only business here is why it would be that she would be on a panel that's not hers. I only care about whether or not this person here, who we literally made out of nothing, right, is supporting this guy or not. She could have just not been there. Could have just minded your own business and got the fuck out of there. It's been basically 100% of her channel growth has been us. Let's not kid ourselves. All of your bills are being paid by the Crucible. Fuck you. This audience is paying this fucking woman's bills. Not her fucking audience. This audience is paying her goddamn bills. This one. What I care about is that this supposed supporter of ours is exactly where she shouldn't be, which is on the opposition side when they're the ones who pay her bills. Literally, this woman's bills are paid because a lot of the assistance and debate prep on normative politics I get from this man. Her bills paid because this man's assistance. All she had to do was shut the fuck up. That's it. Just shut the fuck up. Just not be there. Just don't be there. Let them do their thing. They control Rob all fucking day long. Just don't be there. How hard could it possibly be to just shut your fucking mouth? What is this chick doing on this fucking panel? Why is she on a fucking panel? But I also think you should have just shut the fuck up. I think that you should have just shut your fucking mouth and just not been there and kept your thoughts to yourself. That's what I think. Here's what I think, Sarah. I think you should have shut the fuck up. Just stop talking. That's what I think personally. I think you didn't have to have any input. I think you didn't have to be on this panel while they were trolling Rob. I don't think you needed to have a bunch of laughs about it. I don't think you had to do any of that. I think you should just shut your fucking mouth. An entire living off of me existing. All you had to do was sit there and shut the fuck. In fact, just don't sit there. Just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Keep the gravy train. Shut your fucking mouth. No, Andrew, I can't do that. That would be me going against my own principles. Okay, well, fuck off then. Fucking chick has raked in tens of thousands of dollars in a single month because of us. All you have to do is shut up. Just shut up and book debates. Just shut up and book the fucking debate. Shut the fuck up and book the debate. Shut the fuck up. Book the debate. Step 1. Shut the fuck up. Step 2, book the debate. Tens of thousands in a single month. Just shut up. Let me tell you what you don't do. What you don't do is go in enemy territory and crucible people who are literally responsible for the entirety of your YouTube salary. All you got to do is step out, shut the fuck up, host the debates, make a shitload of money. Top 18 videos on her channel. Go to live and click sort by popularity. Top 18, me. The first 18 videos, me.
See, wasn't that great? Like Dusty put this together himself for our entertainment. Thank you, Dusty.
So
just shut the fuck up. Just all you had to do was shut the fuck up. Hey, all you had to do was just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
oh, he's establishing clearly that the economic connection and what she expects out of her for her job.
Yeah,
he's
Dusty
teeing up
is
the ball.
Yeah, Dusty is playing these. He made these highlight reels himself to show as evidence of what they of what Sarah's alleging that they did to her for the lawsuit. This is supposed to be the evidence here, but really it's just a hilarious clip reel that I enjoy it highly.
Con. Oh no. Oh, you're right. Oh my God. Oh, how would we ever be able to coordinate debate con without her? Well, I'll pay her out what I promised her for debate con. Done. Right? Anybody can do Sarah's job. Sarah's always been replaceable. That's what's fucking hilarious. She's always been fucking replaceable. Sarah's are fucking growing on trees. Now you just walk outside and pick them like they're fucking apples. They're everywhere.
Just the tomatoes.
Let me read again. Tortious interference with economic opportunities. Intentional or wrongful interference with the plaintiff's prospective economic advantage / business relations. So he's sitting here going, I'm the source of his business opportunities. And also, I'm telling you that she's a dime a dozen. You can get her anywhere. So he both, and again, read the ticker. I'm speculating, but it seems like he just gave himself all the responsibility for her economic opportunities, and then boom, in the next breath, takes them all away or attempts to. Furthermore, something that
well, I mean, did he take them all away or did he attempt to? It's one or the other. Either he did or he didn't. Either he did or he tried to and failed. That's what an attempt is. Thank you very much, Anthony, for the $5. I wonder when they ask if they paid her, and she's like, yeah, they paid me. Then what? Yeah, exactly. You know, they paid her the $3K for work she didn't complete. And then Dusty's saying, well, yeah, you should ask for the travel expenses. Yeah, travel expenses for traveling she didn't even do. You know, so that's like, what, an extra $1,000? Anyway, thank you very much, Anthony, for the $5. Very much appreciated. Rights are for Sarah is suing Rob. I'm behind. Sarah, well, you are behind. Yes, Sarah is suing Andrew, Rachel, the Crucible LLC, and Rob. She's suing all of them. So that's what Dusty's talking about here. Dusty's talking about the lawsuit, the Andrew Wilson lawsuit. And now he's showing evidence of how they did these things that Sarah's alleging.
I know that, but probably not the general public knows, is that this sort of scheduling stuff work. She did this for a job before even coming to YouTube. She's got a lot of work experience doing this sort of thing, and hypothetically,
Yeah, Rachel too. They're listed on the lawsuit. Andrew, Rachel, Rob, and Crucible LLC.
this could be interfering also not just with YouTube future opportunities, but off YouTube opportunities.
There's a million.
Future YouTube opportunities. How? How can you stop someone from future YouTube opportunities? I hope she represents herself, the idiot. Yeah. Or Dusty is her lawyer. That would be great. That would be hilarious. Imagine Dusty in there walking with his freaking Pope hat and a shitty wrinkled suit and just a suitcase that has nothing in it but blank papers, trying to represent Sarah. I think that would be funny.
Different fucking panel hosts who are out there, a gazillion, in fact, offered her like some fucking pretty incredible opportunities, guys. You have no idea. Now we have to do the debate con stuff ourselves. I'll still pay her out. I'm that way. Even though she hasn't completed the job, I'll still just pay her out as though she did complete the job because I'm just that way. This chick has, I can't even.
And for those who don't know that backstory, so before DebateCon, before all this shit went down, Andrew and Rachel hired Sarah to basically schedule the hotel blocks, the event center, basically do the logistics of DebateCon. They said that they would pay for her travel, for her travel to the event, as well as $3,000. They did end up reluctantly paying the $3,000 when she went public. I believe that the name of her live stream was "Pay Me Andrew Wilson," because he wasn't paying her, even though here, when he's having this crash out, he said that he made a whole bunch of he patted himself on the back a whole bunch for just being that sort of guy, but then did this crash out. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Before I came to YouTube, I was a subcontractor. I did subcontract construction work. Anybody who has worked as a contractor or a subcontractor knows this game. There's a game you play, or contractors play, which is they let the sub finish the job. Then they pick a fight right before the final payment is due, so that hopefully that fight will make the subcontractor just go the fuck away, and the contractor gets to pocket the last payment.
So now he's speculating or alleging that that's what Andrew was doing, that he actually didn't want to pay her. So he just picked a fight with her, try to find a reason to fire her. Again, it's like these people trying to absolve Sarah of any and all responsibility for her part in why Andrew cut ties with her. Again, they're just ignoring everything Sarah did. And it was like, oh, Andrew was just looking for a reason. And it's like, no, it's because you were coordinating with these people to harass Rob. And if Andrew's going to have to choose between Rob or Sarah, he's going to choose Rob. Much like how Sarah, when it was time to choose between Dusty or Rob, Sarah chose Dusty. It's not so hard to explain. Sam Slenderman for the $5. How about a clip reel of the numerous times Sarah herself said, "You just did me a favor, honey bun. We're free. I was planning to distance myself." Yeah, exactly. Where's that clip reel? That would have been a good clip reel to play, because yeah, that's going to kill her chances in court as well. Her saying, "Well, I was looking to distance myself from Andrew anyway," and all her fans, all his fans, that all of my debaters were complaining about the Crucible fans and they didn't like them, so I was planning on distancing myself anyway. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt her in court. Thank you very much, Sam Slenderman. And also thank you very much, Anthony, for the $5. I bet that poster with her wearing the Crucible jacket and flipping off everybody and her Christmas video will help her case. What a dumbass. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Thank you very much, Anthony, for the $5.
It has been, and it remains, my belief that this is what happened here. That she was doing contract work, and Andrew waited until the contract portion of it, until her job was done, because it was. And then,
well, it's funny. I think I booked, by the way, thank you very much, Mike Turner, for the $9.99. Got nothing to say, just wanting to show some support. Let's go. That's the power of the Coolverse. Thank you very much, brother. But bro moves from Michigan to a new spot in Texas and his old homeless camp suits for attention. Yeah, I think I timestamped it, actually. where pretty much Dusty admits that yes, this is the homeless camp trying to move into that new sweet Texas home of Andrew Wilson. So yeah, again, Dusty, I don't know what he's doing here, but I don't think he's helping Sarah's case that much.
Contrives this big bullshit ass situation and scumbags her up and down, hoping to not pay her the $3,000 and not pay for her accommodations during the trip. He did end up paying the $3,000. Rachel did, in fact. What did she say? She said something. Here we go.
Thank you very much, Mike Turner, for becoming a new member to the Coolverse. We got another documented citizen here of the Coolverse. With that membership, I shout you out when I see you in chat. You get access to the cool custom emojis, and you get access to all the previous live streams. Thank you very much, Mike Turner. Let's go.
Let me do this. Can you guys see this? Oh, here. Let me. I don't want to put her because she doesn't use her Wilson last name. I'm not going to dox her, put her on blast. She uses her maiden name, which is weird. But here's the comment with the money. Pay you didn't deserve. Keep your promise. Goodbye. I don't recall what the promise was. I think it was something about, I don't know. You'd have to ask her. But
it was just to leave them the fuck alone. To leave Andrew the fuck alone. That was the promise, which yeah, she didn't do. She didn't even do it. I think after the payment, it was when she did the AI slop video, and then she did the whole Crucible jacket thing, right? I might be getting my timeline wrong there, but I could have sworn the Crucible jacket and the AI slop video was after they already paid her, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it was to leave them the fuck alone.
Anyways, let's get back to Andrew's crash out.
Tell you the opportunity she has in front of her. It was he had a gravy train. It's not like he had to fucking work. You know, I do all the goddamn work. Like, you guys don't know the opportunity that she just got. And I can't tell you about it yet because it hasn't been released to the public. They paid
That's the Enlightened Entertainment one that he's referring to.
A lot of money. And it's like, what was the big opportunity that you were going to reveal about Sarah? I'm not going to talk about it. Not going to talk about it. You guys will know eventually.
Talking about it right there.
I mean, he didn't give details, so okay.
It was like there was some kind of coordinated effort here, because there was, to try to.
Oh, here's the old coordinated effort behind the scenes scheming narrative again.
Optically.
Well, yeah, listen, right, Sir Forrest. This is absolutely insane. This is just a way for her to still be involved with Andrew, trying to get content off. She's totally desperate. Yeah, listen, I think so too, because like as I was watching this and I was watching the highlights that he put together, it really just does come off with that she is like a scorned lover, a scorned ex-wife to a man that she was never married to, had no relation, like no sexual relationship, intimate relationship whatsoever. But she's totally like handling this like a psycho ex-girlfriend. Like she is. Like they gave her the money. All right. They're not talking like after the trash talk extravaganza. As far as I know, they haven't talked about her since. So honestly, I thought things were finally dying down. And then in February, I think this was officially filed. I don't remember the exact date. I just remember it was like in February sometime. And then so she goes and files this lawsuit. It's like get over it. Like, what's your deal? You're obsessed. She called it a breakup. Yeah, it's like, see what I mean? You understand why? Like, I wanted to stop covering the COPES stuff because I came to learn that she's not well. She tries to act like she's all together, but she's really not. Hey, thank you very much, Sam, for another $5. The biggest hurdle to fixing our culture is simps like Dusty. Only reason feminism was so successful, and the reason there hasn't been a reversal. Yeah, I 100% agree. We need to shame simps once again. Thank you very much, Sam.
We make Rob Noor look bad because there was. Almost seems like Sarah's participating in this because she is. This is a coordinated bashing. This wasn't like this wasn't a thing where it was spontaneous. This is a coordinated bashing of Noor.
Yeah. Where's the lie?
I don't hate Sarah at all. And I still wish her the best. But it's not going to be on my dime. It's not going to be on your dime. Unsubscribe to the Raging Tomatoes. Subscribe to Rob Knorr. Well, Rob doesn't know the power of the panelverse. Oh, my Lord. Rob, why didn't you know the power of the panelverse? Let's go show the power of the Crucible. Shall we? Go show the power of the fucking Crucible. Power of the fucking panelverse. Really? Okay. You don't know the power of the dark?
Let me just go ahead and put this on blast too. Spin City News. I'd obviously I'm streaming right now, so I'm not available to come to your fucking panel. If you try to sneak promote your live stream in my live chat again, I'm gonna block your ass.
Side.
Love this. Trust me. What you're seeing now is my normal state.
Go show her.
This is a Super Saiyan. And this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended past a Super Saiyan. Or you could just call this a Super Saiyan 2.
Awesome. What a useless transformation. You changed your hair, so what?
Just wait.
Yeah, I think there's a cut here too. It's gonna fast forward a little bit.
The fucking perv eyes. And so there's music going. He's sending his audience over to unsub.
Fuck your fucking panel. Fuck you.
It's unreal. How is he generating that much?
You fucking drop 1,000 subs in a.
Stephen David says this is unfathomably.
That much
You fucking drop 1,000 subs in a fucking hour. That's the power of the panel. Fuck you.
power.
Feels like the whole world is shaking apart. What is Goku doing? If he doesn't stop this, everything is going to be destroyed.
Yeah, someone in the chat right there during Crucible chat said she's not 19.3 subscribers. So yeah, that night she lost only like I think 1,000, maybe like 1,500 subs. And then after she did like her first COPE stream, or when she finally addressed it, that's when she dropped even more.
No, stop it, Goku!
All right. Real quick, while he's geeking out here, I did get something over on PayPal. I'll just address you as D, first initial. Thank you, D, for the contribution. No bombs, but I believe that this is what was being requested.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate.
Oh yeah, so then he goes on a grift break, I think, right?
Recommendation on the clip. See it now.
You know why you fuckers don't understand? Like, you don't have any leverage with me. Do you get that? You don't have any leverage. You have to have leverage. You don't have none. You don't have any leverage. None. You know, let me make this clear for you. You should really go out of your way to really not piss me off. You really should. You don't have any fucking leverage. You're nobodies. You gotta shut your fucking mouths. You gotta take a deep breath. You gotta take it. You gotta fucking take it. Because what choice do you got? I don't do. Well, here's my ultimatum. I hope since I know you don't play well with ultimatums. My ultimatum is: you want to keep hosting Crucible debates? You want to stay in our good graces? My ultimatum is that you send Rob Knorr a $10,000 check. We're gonna.
Whoa. Let's look at Maryland criminal law again. Person may not attain a person may not obtain, attempt to obtain, or conspire to obtain money or value by consent induced by wrongful threat of economic injury. Let's keep going.
Call it the shouldn't have opened your stupid fucking mouth bitch tax. Send him $10,000 fucking dollars. with an apology letter. That's my ultimatum. 10 grand. 10 fucking grand. Sorry, I was a stupid bitch and fucked you over, Rob. Sorry about that. $10,000. I bet you'll never do that shit again. It cost you $10,000 fucking dollars. There you go. There's my ultimatum. You don't do well with ultimatums? Well, there's your fucking ultimatum, Sarah. $10,000 to Rob Knorr. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Don't worry though. Here's 10 grand as an apology letter. I think Rob Knorr deserves 10 grand. I think he deserves to go to a nice hotel and plug his wife and make another little brother for his son, Hank. That's what I think. And I think it needs to cost exactly $10,000. I think his vacation needs to be a 10.
Stupid me. You can see I'm in the chat right here too. And when Andrew was saying ultimatum, you can see me saying ultimato.
$1,000 vacation. It's a cooncation. It's a Rob and his wife cooncation on Sarah the Tomato's dime. There's my fucking ultimatum. Sarah, I don't think I'll lose at that game with you. There's my ultimatum. $10,000. A $10,000 apology. And we're going to call it the you were being a stupid bitch tax. And in the future, don't be a stupid bitch. If you keep doing nonsense stuff, people are going to target you eventually. Let me tell you about a nonsense.
What's funny is that this is all in retaliation to what Sarah did, though. All they have to do is just play the Dusty live stream and be like, oh, yeah, well, this is what Sarah did. This is what all this was in a response to. You know, that's all he has to do. And again, like, Sarah's an idiot. Like, to take this to court, like, she must be really desperate here. Fucking Button for $5. By the way, she's suing him for like $135,000. $135,000. For what? I don't know how she came up with that number, but that's what she's suing him for. Excuse me. Thank you very much, fucking Button, for the $5. I'm not simping, but the panelverse is really winning me over with how they keep going after the people I actually like. Never go full panelverse. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Never go full panelverse. Thank you very much, fucking Button, for the $5. Very much appreciated. Only 6 more super chats to go.
Thing that I can think of. Let's pretend that you had a benefactor who went on your show all the time, who had one of the most super chat channels in the world, and who was happy to make sure that the audience knew that because you did the legwork of putting those debates together, not that much legwork, by the way, but you did some legwork to put the debates together, that they should make sure that they contribute because you're assisting them in their cause of getting their worldview out there. And then he fuck over one of his best friends who works for him and is a representative of his
My best friend.
organization.
You're so
that's almost like this whole idea of eventually.
They're so salty. Like, they've always been so salty that Rob and Andrew are friends. You know, they're so salty. Thank you very much to Fallen for the $2 for the grift. Thank you very much, brother. And thank you very much, Bandit, for the $2 for the grift. Thank you very much, guys. Hell yeah, only 4 more to go. That's the power of the Coolverse.
People will come for you if you're that way. It's like, well, you were that way. So don't get mad when people come.
Let's back that up.
People will come for you if you're this whole idea of eventually. So eventually people will come for you if you're that way. It's like, well, you were that way. So don't get mad when people come for you. Do you want?
Yeah. What about that? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, but anyway, so yeah, they're so salty that they're friends. Like, Dusty can't comprehend. Like, he can't comprehend like friendship, I guess. You know, he's like, ugh. Like, I don't know if he talks about it more here, but earlier he's like, oh, my best friend. But they're always like so salty over it. It just shows the kind of guy Dusty is. I guess he has no guy friends that he was ever close with or something. I don't know.
To continue to do a booking for the Crucible. She wants to continue to have a Crucible audience interaction. She can pay Rob Knorr $10,000 fucking dollars and send him an apology letter, even if she does.
Let me go ahead and throw a few freebies out and address a couple of these comments I keep pulling up on screen because, like I said, StreamYard is being fucky. But where'd it go? I see little Kenny D down there. Flo needs to cool down. Andrew's nerds are super high tech and make him lose another channel. Suck my dick to Andrew and his tech nerds. Guess what'll happen? I'll build another fucking channel. Just like that. I'll build a fucking another one. The first channel took me 2 years to get monetized. The second one took me 1 month to get monetized. If they take this one, guess what? I'll be monetized in a week, bitch.
Call the new channel Flow Dust. Thank you very much, Scott, for the $2. Hail, brother. Reality can bite back. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much, Dusty. I mean, Dusty. Sorry, Scott. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, brother. Please don't take the $2 back. I promise I won't do that again. But thank you very much, Scott, for the 2. Now we only need 3 more to go. Yeah, all 300 subs. Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't agree with it because sometimes with these fucking women, that's the way it has to be. Send them 10,000 fucking dollars. I don't even care if you understand why you're doing it. It doesn't even matter to me. Just send it to them and send a fucking I'm sorry or don't. How's that for an ultimatum? Yeah, I just gave an ultimatum too.
Yeah, and I don't play well with. I definitely don't play with ultimatums. Like you will lose at that game with me.
No, I'm gonna win at that game.
It's weird.
I'm definitely going to win.
I've lost.
You don't have any leverage. I have the leverage. It doesn't matter. Let's just assume that I was wrong. It doesn't matter. You don't have any fucking leverage. You're going to send it anyway. You're going to send the 10K anyway. You ain't got no leverage. That's true. If you keep doing silly stuff, people are going to target you eventually. Just send Rob a $10,000 check with a massive apology so that I can give him a 2-week vacation where he can go coon with his fucking wife until DebateCon. That's it. It's not personal. Nothing personal here. It's just business.
It's weird that he keeps talking about Rob cooming with his wife.
Okay.
Makes you wonder what kind of friends they are.
Just business. 10,000.
See, he always has to make it gay. Like he can't comprehend, 2 guys being friends. Like he can't fathom that. It's like it doesn't compute. They have to be gay or some kind of have some kind of weird thing. Is that why you're friends with 10th Man, Dusty? Is that why?
Bucks. She's going to have to pay a stupid bitch tax. That's what's going to happen from now on.
Stupid
If you're a
bitch
stupid
tax.
fuck, you're carving your whole hog off the crucible and you're a stupid piece of shit, you're going to pay a $10,000 fucking tax. Not to me. You're going to pay it to the person you're fucking doing that to. Maybe then you'll learn some accountability. Being accountable to what you do. $10,000 is an awful costly fucking mistake for accountability. Can she actually afford 10K? I don't care. They got a second mortgage on your house. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I do understand if she pays 10K, I'd still go on her channel, but I'd never trust her as much as you trust her before. It's going to be hard. She's going to have to build it back. If she pays, I'll resubscribe. Yeah. But she got to pay it to Rob Knorr with an apology. 10K is a good deal for booking you and Rob so many times in the future. Silly high time preference behavior should be punished. I agree, Kaz. Look, Kaz is in many ways a voice of reason. He's very temperate when it comes to these things. So if he's like, yeah, 10K is that's a low number. Gonna have to defer to the Kaz on that one, I think. You know what really consolidates that? A $10,000 fucking tax that goes straight to Rob Norris so that he can coom and make a son for his for a new son who will be a brother for his current son. That really drives the fucking point home, doesn't it? Send him 10,000 fucking dollars in an apology letter, and then don't ever fucking do it again. And we'll reestablish a relationship right away. But I'm more than happy to go on other people's channels who are doing booking, make them a shitload of money instead. The Crucible Crew.
I was thinking about it. Like, what if she would have just paid the 10 grand to Rob, right? And the apology letter, and then they would have just resumed the relationship, Like, do you think Sarah would have recouped that money? Like she could have easily recouped that money, right? Like if Andrew would have said, "Hey, listen, it's all water under the bridge now," and listen, go to Sarah's channel, support her still. She paid her 10K to Rob and gave that a nice apology letter. Like imagine he would have built her up like that. I think she could have recouped that money. What do you guys think about that?
Has always supported those who.
I mean, it's better than what happened now, where she is not recouping that money, and the best that she has is this lawsuit.
Support us. You guys have always been great about that. And it gives us a lot of leverage, doesn't it? You know what L stands for? It stands for leverage. You ain't got none. L stands for leverage. Let me know when you.
Sounds like she probably got some leverage. Probably the reason why not you, nor Rob, nor your loudmouth ass wife is saying anything about it.
You fuckers have some. Alex PWF booked really great high profile debates and some of the best banger panels I've ever had. When he went.
By the way, too, I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure she would have tried to pay the 10K. I'm pretty sure they would have told her just keep it. The apology was enough, and then they would have moved on. And maybe they wouldn't have continued to work with Sarah, but Sarah's reputation wouldn't have been so badly damaged. Where I'm pretty sure they would have at least still debated on Sarah's channel. Where again, because of her refusal to take any responsibility in this, she's just going down the drain. like I said, the best shot she has is this lawsuit.
into a fucking
It's her last ditch effort. Like if this fails, that's it. What else does she have? This is her last ditch effort here.
space and trash talk me personally behind my fucking back. I cut ties with him too. And what happened to him? Decimated his fucking channel. You still go to his lives, and the most watched, viewed, still Andrew Wilson to this day. Just holding her to the same standard I would hold him.
So he knows what he's doing. He's intentionally caused economic harm before. He's intentionally causing it again. He's put out a specific dollar amount. Give me 10 grand and we'll stop doing this. That's the thumb screw, right? That's the thumb screw. Again, I know some of you who have been here the whole time, probably going to get tired of hearing this, but just real quick, let me blast through a few Maryland law definitions. Defamation is a false statement of fact published to a third party, exposing the plaintiff to scorn, hatred, contempt, ridicule, or harming reputation. Invasion of privacy / false light is publicly placing the plaintiff in a highly offensive false light before the public. Tortious interference with economic opportunities, which I think is more applicable to what we just watched. Intentionally / wrongful interference with the plaintiff's prospective economic advantage / business relationships. And Maryland criminal law extortion is a person may not attempt to obtain, conspire to obtain money or value by consent induced by a wrongful threat of force or violence, economic injury. That's the one right there. Immigration misuse or reporting immigration status. All right. I rebuke that nonsense. YouTube Jesus has rebuked some shit. Shall we continue on? There's more clips. We got more to get through. Paul has definitely threatened to sue me before. He's also threatened to sue Tommy before.
Why the fuck would you, why would you do this? Why would you you got something to say? Come say it to my fucking face. You're going to go on a panel for 3 hours. She sat in that fucking panel because I went back and checked. 3 hours? You sat in that fucking panel while they talk shit on me and you're yucking it up and all that shit. Then they intentionally sent trolls over and you sat there the whole time? 3 fucking hours? Then I fully intended that I'd probably still end up working with her if it was in the context of working with DebateCon or the Crucible or something like that. And maybe there's some things behind the scenes that I can't tell you about. But nonetheless, that's where we were. But then I teed off and was like, fuck you. You suck. You're one of the most replaceable people I've ever seen because you're one of a fucking million that rely on other people for your show's entertainment. You don't do anything. You're basically a fucking talent show host. And next up, this person. You ain't fucking moderating, so what do you do? And that's fine, by the way. You just got to be nice to the talent. That's all. I know, I'm a small fry. I mean, I'm bigger than Dusty, but she likes Dusty. Dusty's part of the clique. Connor, I guess, is bigger than me because he's buddies with Destiny, so he gets the big time me. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I fully understand that the bigger person sometimes gets priority over the moderator and shit. That's fine. But Rachel was in the chat, and then I think Andrew came on the chat, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. I don't think Andrew would mind this at all. I'm at this event, this Halloween event with my son, and I get a phone call from Andrew. So he calls and I go outside and I talk to him and he's like, what's going on with fucking Sara? What's going on? And I was like, don't worry about it, man. It's just bullshit. Don't fucking worry about it. And he's like, well, just tell me. And I was like, well, listen, she fucking big times me. She leads these fucking people talk over me in her panels and shit, and I'm fucking done with it. And she's sending me DMs basically like, let me give you some advice and blah, blah, blah. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I did fuck Tripio. Anyways, done with that. So I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I was like, well, you fuckers basically don't have anything without me, so fuck it. You're telling me to be quiet because you want to talk more, and that's a good thing. Then I'll be quiet for 2 hours. Enjoy. Then as I
remember that, Mom, man. Yeah. He was how do you say? He was asking for money to get Rob up. Like, if you want to see Rob up here, then it's $200. Like, he was charging people to get Rob up there and grifting for Rob. And then when Rob did get up there, he white knighted and stood in front of Sara, shielding her, like, you will not talk to her. You will not talk to thy fair maiden today, Rob.
You know, they told Andrew that. And I
What a titty baby.
was like, then I did a little joke with the ShamWow shit when they brought me back on, fucking with them, okay. And I was like, so the night ends, and I fucking check. Someone sends me a message like, hey, fucking, they're all powwowing, talking about trolling you. And I go on, and I was like, there's Sara fucking Tomato again. It wasn't enough. She's super passive aggressive, DMing me a couple weeks ago. By the way, I didn't say shit to anyone about it. So I'm like, I don't know. I know. And the reason that Andrew is calling me is because Andrew works with Sara. She books debates for him. And so I'm like, Andrew took a chance on me. So the last thing I want to do is cause fucking problems within his operation. And he's got a fucking ton of shit going on, which I happen to be privy of. So I don't want to cause him any fucking. I said, don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry. And he said basically what you heard tonight. Wouldn't matter if you're right or wrong. We're friends. I got your back. Fuck her. But you're not wrong. Said the last thing I told her was nepotism. We got each other's backs. We don't stab each other in the back. You don't go on a
Nepotism is a preference for family members in business dealings. These motherfuckers don't know what words mean.
fucking panel that you weren't on with a bunch of people trolling one of us and sit there and yuck it up and talk about how, oh, you messed with the power. You don't do it. So fuck her. And if she'll do this to you, she'll do it to me. So that's it. Apparently, she didn't know.
Again,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Dusty. Dusty admitted in the stream, I don't know if we'll get to it, but he admits to the stream that it was his idea for Sara to go public with the Pay Me Andrew Wilson. It was his idea for her to do that. But he does talk about the lewds thing, and he says it wasn't his idea, that Sara came up to him with the idea to do it, and even he was like, that's retarded. Like, even he didn't get it. But then once he saw Andrew crashing out so much over it, then he realized it was actually a genius idea. Nothing but cope.
Sorry, I gotta pop the bobas. There's no point in getting popping bobas if you're not gonna pop them. It felt gay to say.
Well, yeah, it is gay. First with the coconut water, then the bobas.
Or the Crucible verse, apparently, is what happened. But that's okay, because I have some unsolicited advice. There's a secret weapon to not pissing off everyone. You can't show any of your cards. By that I mean, if someone's annoying you or whatever, you can't let it bother you visually and go on some goof's panel and talk shit on them. The other people in the Crucible subconsciously will see that trigger point, and they're going to zero in on it. They'll do it to you every time, Sarah. You'll be an easy target.
What the fuck is Rob reading here?
And talk about how, oh, you messed with the power. You don't do it. So fuck her. And if she'll do this to you, she'll do it to me. So that's it. Apparently,
Watch
she
him.
didn't know. When you come at one member of the Crucible verse, you
Not yet.
go at them all.
Blew
And she
prematurely.
underestimated the power of the Crucible verse, apparently, is what happened. But that's
Watch this.
okay, because I have some unsolicited advice. There's a secret weapon to not pissing off everyone. You can't show any of your cards. By that I mean,
Type a 1 in the chat if you think it's Rachel. 2 in the chat if you think it's Andrew. 3 in the chat if you think it's Mr. E. I guarantee one of them sent him a message. 1 Rachel, 2 Andrew, 3 Mr. Good protective ass friending right there. That is some protective friending.
Oh, yeah. This is him assaulting.
I don't know that I have one friend who
Dusty's about to say something that I don't think it's the own that he thinks he is. It's a self-own.
who I'm so close with that he would come in and freak out and fight my fights for me like this and make long ass streams going, Rob's my friend, and then spend several hours talking about how I need to go comb my wife. Like the zest.
just hey.
Well, go comb your wife, Dusty. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But, you know, on all seriousness, though, yeah, see, they're so salty. Like, Dusty's trying to make fun of them, but it's a cell phone that Dusty has no friends that is going to have his back. I'm like, that's pretty sad, dude. You don't have anybody that's going to have your back or, defend you or anything like that. It's not the insults to Rob and Andrew that you think it is. Like I said, he can't fathom it. That's why he accused them for a while being gay. Like everyone, all of us defending each other over here, like, Marte and Andrew and Rob, all of them defending each other. Like, oh, that's gay to Dusty. That was gay because he can't fathom it. The only reason you should defend someone is if you want to sleep with them, according to Dusty. Maybe that's why he's defending Sara so much. Maybe that's why. It's okay when he goes and white knights for Sara and defends Sara because I guess he wants to sleep with her, so that's okay. But if it's a male on male friendship, he can't fathom that. He only thinks that you could be friends with someone if you want to sleep with them, I guess. I don't know.
She lost a bunch of subs today. She's no longer working with the Crucible, which is the #1 source of views and money from her video. I don't want to deal with her anymore. But I don't want.
So again, this all sounds like intentional, knowing, causing of harm.
I don't really want anything bad to happen in people's life like that. But here's the thing. I think Andrew's right. It's not about me. It's about Andrew. Why would he ever trust her? Why? Here's the thing. This is what's really going on. I wasn't valuable to Sara, so she thought. I was expendable. Better deals came along. Connor was more important. Dusty was more important. The Panelverse regulars that came out was more important. And that's fine. And so I was expendable. And so she could treat me like shit. People could talk over me. She could lecture me. She'd give me unsolicited advice. And the thing is, if someone came along bigger than Andrew, that's how that offer would go as well. That's what would happen.
Yeah. Where's the lie in that, Dusty? Where's the lie? Is that true or not true?
All right.
Do you think Richard Simmons was born gay, Bertie? Do you think Richard Simmons was born gay? Do you think he chose to be gay?
Halfway through. Let's get some donos in here so I don't have to set goals.
All right. He does like a little grift break right here. So we're going to. So then he covers the cunt thing. I'm not sure if there's anything worthwhile here. I have one timestamp here, but I actually didn't write down why I timestamped it, but it might be worth something. So let me go to that.
Probably I would have been in a position that not
Panelstein does Texas. That's freaking funny, Cat.
not that I'm fucking a boss or anything, but the nature of the project would have been the chain of events would have been me, then her. So she would have been looking to me so that she could do her job. I'll just say that on this particular project. I could have still worked with her, but Andrew didn't want to work with her. Andrew, the only thing I'll say about what Andrew said was
Andrew didn't want to work with her. That sounds like it applies to some of the laws there.
100% confirm what Andrew was saying about the job offer that was proffered to Sara, and it was 100% because Andrew suggested it.
The Panelstein Ranch.
All right, I'm going to back up a little bit.
Did not know who she was when Andrew suggested she be hired. Big deal. They start talking to me. What do you think? Do you think she would do a good job? I said she'd do great. Sure. In fact, I went on to say, I said, I think that one of the hardest things to do is to set up all these different personalities and get them all on stage the right time, the right topic, and all of that stuff. I said, that's oftentimes difficult to do. That's what I said. That was that. But it was all Andrew. It was Andrew's recommendation that would have got this position for her. Now,
the thing about suing people is if you sue people without money, you're a fucking dummy. Obviously, look at Rob's fucking ticker right there. $884. Andrew can't stop bragging about the $1 million house he just bought in Texas. See, I got my hat on, ready to go party in that house, Andrew.
not aware.
All right, so that's why I timestamped that. Yeah, because that's Dusty admitting right there that this is pretty much all for the money. And by the way, he thinks like Rob's is like this millionaire. Like Rob's not like a millionaire. Like, yeah, he does pretty well on his streams, but you're not factoring all the expenses he has to pay monthly. So yeah, it's pretty wrong, and it kind of just shows who these people are, and it's pretty scummy to do. Yeah, bruh. And he's saying this on stream too. It's all on stream that he's saying this. Oh yeah, yeah. So he's an accomplice. He's cooked. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Dusty, like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you saying this on camera? That, oh yeah, listen, you only sue people with money, huh? Look at Rob's counter right there. Pocket checking Rob. And then Andrew, he has a freaking new house, $1 million house in Texas. Look at me with my cowboy hat on. The homeless camp is gonna party up in that new mansion over there. Yeah. So yeah, good luck with this, guys. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Remember, guys, use this for the lawsuit. Use that clip right there. Bring that up. Bring it up, guys. See, everybody cares. LMAO, cool. He said they wanted to go visit Andrew in Texas, and I said Panelstein does Texas. Yeah, I know. That was funny, Kat. I got a good chuckle. Yeah, good work, Dusty. You just unraveled a massive part of your friend's case. Yeah, exactly. What Dusty says has no bearing on Sarah's claim. Well, the thing is that if he's saying we're going to party up in that Texas house, I don't know. I don't know.
I've told this story many times.
And remember, some of this is going to have to go through discovery. So I don't know if him and if Sarah and Dusty's messages are going to have to be disclosed to the court and presented to the court. So who knows if that's going to be, because again, if there's claims that they're colluding backstage or behind the scenes, well, I'm guessing they're going to have to go through Dusty and Sarah's messages with each other. So I don't know. I don't know
what the fuck Andrew's talking to other people. I don't know what he's.
The homeless camp is gearing up for Texas, baby.
Talking to Sarah about. I don't know shit. You're one of a million of people that could just sit there and let two other people with talent talk. That's it. Your entire fucking job is just being a placeholder. That's it. That's what you do. And you don't even do it well. And yet I bit my fucking lip when I was somewhere where there was an actual job opportunity for on the line. And I was like, yeah, sure, she'd be great. There's a solid chance we would have still been working with each other on this project. Solid chance. By the way, well, I'll let it go. I'll just say this. In general, probably I would have been in a position that, not that I'm fucking a boss or anything, but the nature of the project would have been, the chain of events would have been me, then her. So she would have been looking to me so that she could do her job. I'll just say that on this particular project. I could have still worked with her, but Andrew didn't want to work with her. Andrew, the only thing I'll say about what Andrew said was
Andrew didn't want to work with her. That sounds like it applies to some of the laws there.
100% confirm what Andrew was saying about the job offer that was proffered to Sarah. And it was 100% because Andrew suggested it.
The Panelstein Ranch.
People did not know who she was when Andrew suggested she be hired. That's it. That's all I'll say about it. Andrew is correct that I was then asked about it, and I said I thought she would do a tremendous job. Well, I'll tell you this much. Someone else was found, at least with the previous position she was offered, and things are going swimmingly. But always appreciate it, Andrew. Sarah, when she realizes that she's lost a big opportunity, she's going to go back to the drama well. That's what she's going to do. That's fine, too. I don't care. Think it hurts my feelings? Came on here to talk, made $1,000. I don't give a fuck. You'll see. My guess is within the next 4 months, you guys are going to be like, holy fuck. Just saying. And when you say that, just remember, Sarah was going to be part of it. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. But then I could back up what he said about the business offer for Sarah. That I could back up. I was at the table when it happened in Atlantic City.
Kim, take your CBTS. Like, we don't know who this is.
And Sarah will lose all her claims, 1K. That's funny. Oh, I think this is where he bets like a chatter that Sarah's gonna lose, and Dusty says like, no, she's gonna win, or they're gonna settle. Why did Dusty change his name from Flow State? Too many people called him Slow State. I guess that was his original channel, was Flow State, so that's where he built that up, and then it got the channel got taken down for some reason. I don't know why. So then he started this new channel, the Powdered Dusty.
Kim, take your 24-hour timeout with some dignity. Go lay down. See ya, bud. See ya, bud. 24 hours for this one, too.
Was fucking there. Other than that, Andrew made his own decision. I respect Andrew's decision. It's easier for me to not have to work with her. The decision could have easily been to say nothing. It could have easily been to tell me, you're not here anymore. You're not working with us anymore. That could have all happened, hypothetically.
Yeah, so I wasn't paying too close attention, but I know he was going back and forth with his chatter here. And then he gets mad at the chatter because he's claiming the chatter was changing the terms.
Clips to get through. This is the long one. This is 18 minutes long, and then we got one that's it's a short. It's short.
So Sarah's in the chat watching this, by the way. You could he's putting up her
take a
It is
We're gonna words Monday night.
Sorry, so he's taking another grift break here. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, speaking of grift, we only got 3 more super chats to go to fill that super chat goal, guys. Let's do this.
There's content, but having if shout out to
fucking go through is 100% true. He wants to call in, she could tag me in the fucking chat if she can fucking call in. I'll take her to fucking task right here live. Fucking idiot. This unbelievable fucking retard did all this shit to herself, and then I can't believe you did this to me, Andrew. Anyway, this was the first thing I said to her. Don't work with female streamers, a bad fucking idea. Bad idea because they lose their fucking minds. They just can't, they cannot separate fiction from nonfiction. They cannot separate it.
Where's the
Fuck
lie?
that and fuck her. Fuck this bitch. I didn't tell anybody to unsubscribe from her channel. I'm telling them now. Unsubscribe from this chick. Don't send her anything. Give her nothing. Fucking worthless, fucking old bag, worthless bitch. What?
Even Dusty's laughing. Yeah, it's funny. Robert for the $5. Now only 2. That is right now only 2 more super chats to go. Thank you very much, Robert. Hell yeah.
the hatred and malice. Shout out to Andrew, Rachel, and Mr. E. I know that you 3 are watching. I doubt Rob Nor is. Just because from my little poking, my little private investigations.
Yeah. So here, right here, he says something about Rob. That kind of bothered me a little bit.
And Mr. E. I know that you 3 are watching. I doubt Rob Nor is. Just because from my little poking, my little private investigations, feel like Rob is a bit more spooked about this lawsuit than the Wilsons are.
Yeah, no
so,
shit.
Anyways, shout out to them. I know that they're watching.
Yeah, so Dusty is poking and prodding, getting information that Rob is a little spooked about this lawsuit. Yeah, no shit. Lawsuits fucking suck. Lawsuits cost a lot of fucking money, and Rob has kids to take fucking care of. So yeah, of course he's going to be a little spooked, you jackass. By the way, I remember when Dusty was on my channel a few months ago. I forgot why, but there was like someone accused Dusty of sending out people to DebateCon to keep an eye on Rob or something like that. And Dusty was like, Vic, do you think I would send someone to DebateCon to follow around Rob? And I told him, I was like, I don't know. Because I don't know. I would hope that he didn't, which is what I told him. I was like, I hope you wouldn't do something like that. But I don't know. Hopefully he wouldn't. But now that I see this where he's like, oh yeah, I got like people poking and prodding out there, like trying to dig up like information or something. Well, then it makes me think, well, yeah, maybe he did send someone out there to keep an eye on Rob and keep tabs and send him information or something like that. You know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of creepy. So yeah, just kind of unsettling, you know. By the way, thank you guys very much for helping me clear that super chat goal. Thank you very much, fucking button for the 5. It is funny and pathetic that Andrew's charity will be on trial. Also, Dusty is only friends with 10th man with hopes of being the 11th man. Ugh, gross. Yeah. Thank you very much for that fucking button. And thank you very much, Nards, for the Australian $10 dues. Fuck it. Just one more now. Well, you did it. Yeah, you did it. You guys helped me with the goal. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's pull up the this.
Everybody, we just crossed it. $10,000. Our super chat goal is officially smashed. Woo! You made this happen. Every single one of you in the chat, every name that popped up on that board.
You did that super chat goal. I just restarted it. Let's see if we could do round 2, huh?
Folks,
but anyway, yeah, getting back to what Dusty just said, it kind of bothered me a little bit. Like, it's just like bringing that up, like, oh, he's a little spooked. Yeah, no shit, he's a little spooked. Yeah, the guy has a family to take care of, and you're bringing him in this lawsuit. Which, by the way, like, what did Rob do exactly? I don't get it. Rob, like, what, just talk shit on you on camera? Like what? Like everyone does that every day on YouTube. Like why is Rob involved in this exactly? I don't know. I just think it's very shitty. It's just very shitty. It's a very shitty situation. It's also shitty to sue Andrew and Rachel, by the way, too. You know, but yeah, it's just I don't know.
Let's support the Katie Marriage Fund for there's nothing better than a happy woman on vacation. Also, Katie's birthday is in 2 days, by the way.
Oh yeah, so he's talking about how they're going to Louisiana. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of that Cajun, alligator. Yeah.
The claims are egregious enough that they're just assumed to be malicious, if untrue. One of those 4 types of defamation per se is accusing somebody of a crime by calling her a prostitute. He's accusing her of a crime. I do not believe that she would need to prove malice or damages for that to meet the that claim as being defamation. Again, could be wrong. Just a retard in a cowboy hat. Just part of the homeless camp. Looking forward to the Texas vacation. Let's keep going.
Thank you very much, Kokomo, for the 20 Australian dollar dues. Hell yeah, brother. Got nothing to say. Just wanted to show your support. Thank you very much, brother, getting that new super chat goal started.
Resident online prostitute, now affirmed resident on
prostitute affirmed
to buy her product as a resident online prostitute, now affirmed resident online prostitute, meaning online e-girl takes clothes off for money. She's now taken.
Wait, but he defines it right there. That's the thing. He literally defined it right there when he said online prostitute.
Her product as a resident online prostitute, now affirmed resident online prostitute, meaning online e-girl takes clothes off for money.
Online e-girl takes clothes off for money, which, I mean, that's what Sarah did. She is selling pictures of herself. You know, like I said, it's not fully nude. You can't see anything. You can't see the nip nops. You can't see the downstairs area. But it's still, it's pretty sexually suggestive. You know, it's risque, if you will. It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
She's now taken to hooking on the internet. She's now taken to online prostitution, where she's going to sell her nudes using clothing that's clearly a ripoff of my logo. So she turned to online, essentially online prostitution.
Yeah, and by the way, that's going to blow up in her face too, because she posted these pictures in a Crucible jacket. Again, it's like very obsessive behavior, very crazy, very obsessive type behavior. And it's like, for what, you know?
Even if we just focus on the parts where he's like, essentially, right? He kind of dabbles off into qualifiers here. What's up, Joe Cool? You missed a clip with you in it earlier.
Biggest super chat, get some pixel art. Let me know who wins at the end of the stream. Cool Vic. I will, yeah, man. I will. Right now it's looking like it's tied. It's tied between Gizmo the Fisherman and Kokomo, I believe. But Kokomo is Australian money, or Gizmo's American money. So I don't know what the difference in that is. So we'll have to figure that out. By the way, Nards, thank you very much. This is his second dono, so I got to add those up for the 10 Australian dollar dues to go toward yours and yours mate Brian's matching flannels. Your mate Brian's matching flannels. We have matching flannels? Oh, no. Oh, no. But thank you very much, Nards. I appreciate you.
Even if we assume that, even if we just grant that he wasn't talking about that he didn't call her prostitute several times without any qualifiers, and say treat it like he's just accusing her of selling nudes. Well, she wasn't doing that either. You can look at the thumbnail of this video. That is the picture that he's saying was the nudes she was selling. Again, let me read some legal definitions from Maryland, the state which this lawsuit is taking place in. Defamation, false statement of fact, published to a third party, exposing plaintiffs to scorn, hate.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Andrew could see like, yeah, listen, I'm a YouTube entertainer. Of course, I'm going to exaggerate it a little bit. You know, for entertainment, this is an entertainment channel. So yeah, that's going to be tough to prove too. By the way, like, how are you going to sue for damages there? Because like all of this already happened after she lost the subs and after she lost the income. So how is she going to prove that Andrew's saying that she's an online prostitute? How can she prove that that affected her at all? That's going to be very tough. And I'm very confused about that. Like when I was reading this lawsuit the first time, I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they're bringing up the lewd thing, she already lost. Like all the damage had already been done by the time the lewd stuff came out. So I don't know. Like what? I'm confused by that.
Ridicule or harming reputation by claiming that she's a prostitute or even that she's selling nudes when she wasn't. Those are false statement of facts published to YouTube, the third party, exposing the plaintiff to all those things, which she definitely did get. You could go to the comments video. I don't know if she deleted the comments that are particularly malicious or not. You can look at the comments of some of my videos. Hell, I've been asked where her nudes are for sale after he did this more times than I got fingers, right? So there's definitely people running around now treating her like an internet prostitute or acting like she's selling nudes, asking me where to get them. The fact is that they don't exist. The closest thing to a nude that she ever published is on the thumbnail of this video. And Andrew knew that when he made this statement.
People are asking Dusty where the nudes are. Dusty, where the nudes are. Dusty, send them to me now.
Oh, and there's a few more definitions. Invasion of privacy / false light. Publicly placing plaintiff in a highly offensive false light before the public. Okay. Tortious interference with economic opportunities. I feel like I've covered that a lot of times. Gross negligence. This one might come into play here. Reckless disregard of manifest duty or consequences.
Manifest duty. That sounds funny. But yeah, I asked him where it was, but it was in the live chat. So yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of it was just trolling on Dusty. Pretty sure it was just trolling. I don't think people were honestly asking, like, hey, Dusty, hey, dude, I got like $50 right here. Like, do you have any of those Sara nudes? Like, I highly doubt that there is any hardcore solicitation of Dusty for those Sara nudes. And I think even saying with this hitting up Sara, listen, again, I don't know. I don't have any evidence or anything. So this is all speculation on my part. I'm just talking out of my ass here. But I also don't think there is any serious solicitation on Sara from anybody to be like, hey, Sara, so where are those nudes here? I got like $30. Can you send me one of them nudes? You know, like, I don't think there is any solicitation there at all. But again, what do I know? This is all just speculation. Was she wearing the Crucible label or just wearing a sports jacket similar to the Crucible? If the log is clearly visible, then Andrew has a chance for counterclaim. I think it is clearly visible. And Andrew says that it's a jacket that he sent her. So he confirms it's a real Crucible jacket.
So, you know, and then the extortion piece doesn't, that's the other law that I've got pulled up over here, doesn't really come into play here.
Driven to online prostitution because she wanted to get rid of you and you left. Therefore, you destroyed her life. Now selling her nudes for the low price of $30, I guess, if you guys want to go buy them. $30. How do I get back at Andrew in the Crucible? Oh, wait, I know. I'll 304 myself out. That'll show them. Sara Homedo. Yeah. Turn to a life of online prostitution.
Sara Homedo.
As our drunken blonde online or engaging now in online prostitution friend has some words of wisdom for yours truly. You know what I did to this guy? What? I posed nude on the internet. Now she gets to go, you know, you're so worried.
I think this is where Dusty talks about whose idea it was.
Worried and concerned about your kids. I can't wait for you one day to explain to them how mommy took off all of her clothes to teach the smoky man a lesson. She was dating me in her mind. She had a relationship with me in her mind.
Yeah.
Completely made up, fictitious thing in her own mind. That's a lesson for your kids then, I guess. The lesson for your kids is if a guy makes you upset on the internet, you should take off your clothes to teach him a lesson. Now you get to go and explain to him, yeah, listen, little whatever your name is, Sara, you know, little Sara,
Sarah,
If
little
a mean,
Sarah.
smoky man on the internet makes you mad one day, what you should do is pose naked in his jersey. That'll teach him. That'll learn him.
Andrew has like such like the perfect laugh, dude. The evil laugh. It's like it's just perfect.
Is all everybody will ever do is piss off little Sarah then?
Little Sarah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Little Sarah Jr.
That's all anybody will ever do. They'll just like purposely make them mad so that they'll send them nudes in their jersey. They're fucking so stupid, dude. Hey, Sarah, you want to really teach them a lesson? Send me some pictures of your nudes and I'll put them on a poster. And Sarah's like, okay. Send me your nudes and I'll put them on a poster for you, okay? No, instead I get, you ruined my life and are attacking my children. Now take these nudes, you fucker. Asked where I could get nudes live on X, and she deleted the chat and disappeared for like 10 minutes right after it appeared. Coincidence? I think not. Like a big believer in making the decision to put my nudes out on the internet directed towards Andrew. Me, this is diabolical. The idea that you would specifically put your lewds and nudes together utilizing my logo and then making a mission statement about my business, company, and channel in order to get my attention is fucking sick. That is sick stuff.
Let me take a little pause here and thank the same anonymous PayPaler brings in the third whale this evening. He says, for him, the fucking whale.
Money. You're mucking hard.
Anonymous whale who's just jumping in and out of the ocean. Single donation of $50 or more makes you a whale. Before we got back into it, and now I think I lost it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's around here where he talks about whose idea it was. This is where he says it was Sarah's idea. Sarah came to him with this idea, and even he thought it was retarded.
Bastardizing my logo. Why would anybody ever think this was a good idea? I don't want to see your fucking nudes, thank you. I definitely don't want you to be bastardizing my logo. Why would anybody ever think this was a good idea? To make a nude calendar to own Andrew. Look at my tits, Andrew. Look. Huh? Do you like the decisions that led to things now, Mr. Smarty Pants? Look at me. I'm naked. Look, Andrew. Mr. Decision-y man. Fucking sick. Fuck, dude. Is the pale orc Sarah crawling from the depths of Mordor again? Smoky Man bad. Yes, but this time, literally posing in the nude, wearing only a jacket that has a messed up Crucible logo on it in order to get my attention.
That's what I was going to say. So when we did this, when she told me what she was going to do, that she was going to take those pictures, my response was, fucking why? I didn't get it. I was like, you're good. This dude's shitting on you, and you're gonna like take sexy pictures in his jacket.
Dusty's like, why couldn't it have been me? Why couldn't it have been me?
like kind of like he alluded to earlier, like, oh no. I was like, what the fuck kind of a terrible ass non-troll troll is that?
See, even Dusty sees it's retarded. Even he's just like, what the hell? What's wrong with you, woman? If he was actually a good friend, he would have been like, I don't think you should do that, Sarah. I don't think that's a good idea.
I was wrong, though. He's like coming apart at the seams. Panelverse sends in 2
Yeah. So now Dusty's coping with saying, well, now that I see that he's coming apart over it, now I see what a genius idea this is. Yeah, so genius. You sure showed Smoky Man. But yeah, he's so salty. He is so salty. He's like, it should have been me. Sarah, I've been asking you for nudes for like how many years now? And yet, Andrew, you're that piece of shit just pisses you off. You're going to send him your nudes? Like, what the hell? What does a guy got to do to get those nudes, Sarah? I don't get it. I don't get you. Here I am playing the long game, being the sneaky fucker friend, you know, and I don't even get those nudes. I've been white knighting for you for nothing, and this fucking asshole over here treats you like shit, and you just send him your nudes just like that. I've been here for you, sir. I've been the nice guy. I've carried your books to class, and then the big jock comes around and just treats you like shit, and you're just gonna send him your nudes just like that? Come on.
Believes. Thank you, sir.
Game's over, losers. I have all the money. Compare your lives to mine and then kill yourself.
All right, so then he gets another dono.
We ever got there. No idea how we got there. But I definitely don't know how she's going to explain to little Jimmy, Tommy, and Sarah Jr. why it is that she decided to own her, quote, tormentor by sending him her nudes. The fact that she thinks that I'm her ex-husband, that I'm her ex-boyfriend. That's what she thinks in her head.
There's a lot of talking that he's doing here. Like,
Yeah, Felix, exactly. So you know what's funny? Sarah's watching this stream. So I don't know if she told him to shut up or anything like that, or maybe she thinks him putting speculating there. But that's like inside information Dusty's giving up there, that Sarah came to her with intentions of doing these new things to get back at him. And it's like, again, good luck with this case, guys. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing here? You're admitting a lot of shit. This is exactly why everyone's silent about this, Dusty. This is why everyone, like Andrew, Rob, and Rachel, and all of them, that's why they're not fucking talking about it. That's why your lawyers tell you, shut the fuck up. Like that, the great clip you played of Andrew, the highlight reel of Andrew just saying, Sarah just need to shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Yeah, just shut the fuck up. By the way, thank you very much, Kokomo, for sending in not one, but two gifted Cool Vic memberships. That is two more citizens, documented citizens to the Coolverse. Let's go. And congratulations to Kellers and who's the other lucky winner? Adam TH92. Congrats, guys. You are now documented citizens of the Coolverse. You guys will now have to no longer live in fear in the chat of having Coolverse ICE being called on you. You have your papers. Congratulations, guys. And thank you very much, Kokomo, for your generosity. And thank you very much, Daggett, for your $5 and generosity. Dusty will pull a John Laurinaitis. Oh, yeah. Dude, totally. Dusty will pull a John Laurinaitis and flip to Andrew's side in hopes she will take lewds in his cowboy hat. Yeah, dude, totally. Yeah, you got to be a WWE fan to know what Dagoth is talking about there. Thank you very much for the fiver, brother.
a lot of claims being made, a lot of kids being referenced.
Ed is now sending me lewds and nudes, targeting me with them. It's like, why are you fucking putting your lewds and nudes out there in order to get my attention? She's going to try to bait me in with her fucking nudes. Well, these people always think they're just like, oh, we can mess with you. I guess from now on, you could just ask Sarah for nudes. Where can I find your nudes? Where can I find your nudes, Sarah?
I had forgot about that. He sent people to go ask her about her nudes. But Andrew, this would fly directly in the face of what you said in the clip we watched earlier on my panel when you were like, I have a zero harassment policy. Now you're sending people to go ask her about nudes because you're saying she's an internet prostitute and that she's selling nudes, neither of which is true.
Now, not Mr. Enigmatic Moon, if you would be so kind.
Chuck says solicitation, maybe.
Gay parts of this photo of this chick being fully nude except, wearing a jacket, I would appreciate it. The frontal shot, just blacking out the entirety of the frontal shot. Now,
oh yeah. So anyway, then he goes and says this is evidence. I think this is. I don't think there was anything else. I'm going to get to the end where he throws out his retarded theory about why Andrew is only talking about the Tilly Middlehurst lawsuit, but he's not talking about this. And it's just like I said. Like, I give people the benefit of a doubt. Like, there's no way that they're this stupid, right? Like, there's no way, right? And so he comes up with this theory. Like, again, all of us here so far have come to the common sense conclusion That the reason that none of them have talked about this is because it's an ongoing lawsuit, and it's probably better. They've probably been advised by their lawyers to just shut the fuck up. And that's why. But Dusty has his own theory about why Andrew's not talking about this and what he's actually going to be doing with that money that he's going to be grifting for the Tilly lawsuit.
It's about her. He doesn't want to be left alone.
Most entitled fucking bitches.
So, during this video, I'll probably be changing.
Outfit change.
Slander's difficult to prove, even in the UK. Oh.
Locksmith Jeremy, member for 13 months, showing off his club owner status. That's right. Locksmith Jeremy has access. Are you? Go with the hat. What the fuck do I know about dressing myself or matching colors? Nothing. Like nothing. Last clip.
Women who do this kind of thing, they're going to do it to somebody else. And that person may not be in a position to defend themselves. And this is the great difference between me and most people, is that when it comes to just simply materialism or doing the right thing, I tend to actually move towards the right thing. Stupid me. But yes, but let me give you a bunch of caveats here. I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to lay it all out so that you understand everything front to back. There is absolutely no reason for you to have high hopes that we're going to win. That's a fact. None. You should have no high hopes of that. Nor am I going to make that promise.
So this is Andrew
Because
talking about the Tilly lawsuit.
I could easily lose this. Defamation is very difficult to prove. Slander is difficult to prove, even in the UK. It's difficult. Also, if my attorneys advise me in the course of this lawsuit that it is no longer viable,
L's.
Bro, you are so fucking muted.
Yeah, by the way, that was the voice of Sasquatch. So, like during this stream, he brings up Sasquatch real quick, and then that's it. Calls him his producer, and I was like, "Oh, Sasquatch is Dusty's producer." But it seems like they have like Dusty's kind of like ripping off Rob. Like you know how Rob has Avarice come on, like every so often, and then like pops in real quick and then pops out. It seems like Dusty's now doing that with Sasquatch. It's kind of weird.
Well, that sucks to suck. You guys all missed it.
that my chances of winning are so abysmal that all I'll be doing at that point is wasting money, I'm not going to continue the lawsuit. Okay? I'm not going to. But I will promise this. As long as it is viable, and my attorneys tell me that it's viable and that there's a pathway, I will continue the suit.
So what he's doing right now is he's grifting for a different lawsuit. For some reason, this dude is raising money for a lawsuit that he may pursue, but ignoring the fuck out of the lawsuit that's leveled against him that he, Sara, the business, the Crucible business, and Rob Knorr have all been served with. Me speculates, read the banner, right? Me speculates that he's lying to his audience to raise money for his defense. And that the entire thing he's doing with this chick in the UK that he's threatening to sue but hasn't filed a lawsuit, that the entire thing is bullshit and all he's doing is trying to lie to his audience to raise money for a defense for the lawsuit that he and Rachel and Rob refuse to talk about. This dude, Andrew Wilson, is surrounded. He's got Rob Knorr on one side and Rachel Wilson on the other side. These are the two loudmouthest bitches on the internet, and nobody's saying a damn thing about the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's his theory, guys. So the reason why Andrew and Rachel and Rob, they're not talking about the lawsuit is because Andrew is lying to his fans, saying that he's actually raising money for this Tilly Middlehurst lawsuit, when in reality he's lying and he's actually raising this money for the Sara lawsuit. Yeah, that's his theory, guys. That's what he really thinks. That's the conclusion this guy came to. That no, really, he's like, why would Andrew do that? Why would Andrew lie like that? Andrew could easily come up and say, hey guys, listen, I have 2 lawsuits going on. I have the Sara lawsuit, and I'm thinking about suing Tilly here. So I'm going to start a GoFundMe for both the lawsuits, and I'm going to keep the money. He could easily just say that, and people would donate. Why does he need to lie for? There's no need to him to lie. It doesn't make any sense. He could just be honest and be like, yeah, listen, I'm raising money for these 2 lawsuits. That bada bing, bada boom. He could easily do that. No one would have an issue with it. Why would he have to lie about that? But that's Dusty. He really can't think of a reason why anyone involved in this lawsuit would just shut the fuck up and not talk about it publicly. So he concocted this crazy conspiracy in his head that actually Andrew is just lying, and he's really raising money for the Sara lawsuit, but he's lying and saying it's for the Tilly lawsuit. Yeah, that's, again, I give people the benefit of doubt and think that they can't be this stupid. But then I hear that theory and I'm like, that is just retarded. Just utterly retarded. But that's Dusty's brain. That's the conclusion he comes to. Again, is Sara talking about the lawsuit? Because I don't think Sarah's talking about it. And rightfully so. It's smarter for her to just shut the fuck up and not say anything, because it's an ongoing lawsuit. Dusty needs to read books. Yeah. Dusty talks about how he failed the logic class in college. And yeah, I could see how he failed. This guy has no logic in his brain. No logic. It's not there. It's missing. It's screwy. The logic department in his brain, not working properly. Yeah, he hasn't even started fundraising for the Tilly one. Exactly. And I don't think Dusty knows that. I think Dusty thinks that Andrew is right now fundraising for it. But that's another good point. Yeah, Andrew hasn't even started the fundraising for the Tilly thing. So again, this theory just doesn't make any fucking sense. Just doesn't make any sense.
Now, that said, if I'm told that it's not viable, let's say I've raised $200,000 on Kickstarter or something like that to fund the suit. If I'm at any point told that this is no longer viable and not to push ahead with it, I'm also keeping the money for pain and damages and anguish.
Well, I don't think he's saying he's working with him. I think he's just implying that Andrew, because Dusty can't fathom. He's like, why is Andrew talking about the Tilly lawsuit, but not talking about the Sara lawsuit? And again, anyone with, one working brain cell in their head could come to the conclusion and be like, well, one's an ongoing lawsuit, the other is not. He could talk about Tilly because he's not suing her yet. But Sara, he is actively being sued right now. So it just makes sense. He's not going to talk about the Sara lawsuit because he would be an idiot to do so. Okay. But for some reason, Dusty doesn't understand that. And so Dusty thinks that the reason why he's not talking about it is so he could lie and grift off of his fans and actually raise money secretly for the Sara lawsuit while telling his fans that it's actually for the Tilly lawsuit. But it doesn't make any sense. Andrew could easily just grift for the Sara lawsuit too. Like, why would he have to lie about that? Why would he have to lie about that? But good to see you, Marte.
What's the lawsuit? What's her name? Tilly. Somebody help me out in the chat. Some chick named Tilly, I believe her name is. She's a social media influencer. I think a TikToker. Again, I'm rolling off memory, so I'm going to be inaccurate with some details. But the gist of it is there's an influencer who lives in the UK who called Andrew a grapist. And she played a clip of Andrew saying that he grapes his wife. And so he's saying,
that could be it too, Felix. That could honestly be it too. And I thought about that because I was like, there ain't no way that Dusty's this stupid. Like, there ain't no way that he really doesn't know that the reason they're not talking about it is because it's a lawsuit. Because Dusty's not asking, hey, why isn't Sara talking about it? For some reason, Dusty understands Sara can't talk about it, but why can't he understand that Rachel and Rob and Andrew aren't going to talk about it? So that is completely a possibility that he's rage baiting. And that's why he's come up with this whole stupid fucking theory of his. Because it's either it's rage bait or he's a fucking idiot. It's one of those two.
That's defamation or slander. I don't remember which one. Anyways, he's saying he's raising funds for a lawsuit against her that he hasn't filed yet. Tilly. Thank you, Tilly. But like you just said, if he decides not to file, he's keeping the money, which pretty sure is against the terms of I think he's got a GoFundMe. Pretty sure it's against the GoFundMe terms of service, but I don't know. Anyways, like I said, I think that this whole Tilly bullshit is just a front to raise funds for a defense about a lawsuit that he don't want to talk about because he's scared that the homeless camp is moving in to his $1 million fucking Texas mansion.
Understand? I'm keeping it. Whatever the difference is, for pain and anguish.
Is he eating cereal from a cup? Because if he is, Sarah's going to be laughing her ass off.
As well I deserve. So if any of that goes against your moral paradigms in any way, shape, or form, then don't donate to it.
It could also be that Andrew doesn't think that this case is going to go anywhere, too. That's why he's not grifting for the Sara one, because he probably knows it's going to get thrown out. He probably talked to his lawyer, and the lawyer is like, yeah, this is going to get thrown out. So he probably doesn't feel the need to grift. Envoy of Justice, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Vic, are you ready for Rachel debating that FemCon MAGA lady that Andrew called out tomorrow on whatever? It's going to be great. Yes, I am ready for that one. It's going to be pretty freaking sweet. Thank you very much, Envoy of Justice, for being a member of the Coolverse.
Got it? She can countersue for what? What are you going to sue me for? I've never met her, never done business with her. She has no grounds to sue me for anything.
Let me back that up.
What?
Yeah, the thing too about this whole thing is that everything's on camera. Everything is on camera. So all they have to do is just review all this footage. And they're going to see that, again, they're going to see the whole Sara thing, power of the panelverse. Sara saying you should go over to Rob's channel, to Rob's stream, and ask him about Trippy and how they were colluding on camera. And then they're going to see how all of this was a response to that. Andrew's going to explain, why would I want to work with somebody who is sabotaging someone that's also working for me? And it's going to create a hostile environment when they work together. It's going to get thrown right out. This is such a really, it's a really last desperate attempt on Sara's part.
And countersue for what? What are you going to sue me for? I've never met her, never done business with her. She has no grounds to sue me for anything.
When Andrew gets nervous, he clears his throat like that.
Yeah,
that's it.
Sarah. Oh yeah, this is Dusty saying, "Oh, he has a tell. He clears his throat." Again, very creepy. You must really study Andrew Wilson that closely. Anyway, yeah, Sarah saying, and so yeah, again, all of these things are on camera, which again, it's gonna be a lot of fun for these judges to walk through all the Cope streams, to go through all of Rob's streams and Andrew's streams, and maybe even Dusty streams, maybe even a little bit of my streams. I don't know, but it's going to be a lot of fun for them to go through this and just see like what a freaking crazy woman Sara is. You know, it's going to get thrown right out.
Watch for that tell. The reason that comment that made him nervous, because he said, "I never met her, I never did business with her." Giving away that those are two important things for a lawsuit. Guess who he did meet and did do business with? Sara.
Got him.
Why would that make you nervous, Andrew? We're talking about the Tilly lawsuit. No, we're not talking about the Tilly lawsuit. He's raising money for the Sara lawsuit, and he's lying to his audience. And he got nervous because he just got caught up talking about the Tilly situation and kind of stepped on his own toes with the real lawsuit, the Sara situation. Let's listen to that again.
Yeah, that's his theory, guys. This is all just a big lie from Andrew to really grift for the Sara lawsuit, but he's lying to us and telling us it's for the Tilly lawsuit. Yeah, again, I don't know why does Andrew have to do this? Why doesn't he just come to his fans and say, "Yeah, listen, I got to raise up money for the Sara lawsuit"? Why would he have to lie about this? Again, I don't know. So, like I said, either Dusty is rage baiting or he's just a big giant idiot.
She can countersue for what? What are you going to sue me for? I've never met her, never done business with her. She has no grounds to sue me for anything.
Appeal to throat clearing fallacy.
Shout out to Nukes. Drops in $8. Says clowns for the clown Andrew Wilson. Keep rolling. We're almost done.
Let her sue for what? What's she going to sue me for? Calling her a dummy?
Calling me a dummy?
Here's a modicum of cash to say thank you for pursuing this. Well, don't give me the cash here. I'll set up a GoFundMe, but I'm going to give her an opportunity first in the spirit of good faith and charitability. I'm going to give her an offer or the opportunity to just make a video retrace. Super easy. Just show an ounce of humility for once in your fucking life. Just show an ounce of humility. I'm a father. I'm a husband. You don't get to run around on other people's shows calling me the R word. Not with...
Showing out... Am I unmuted? Yeah. Show an ounce of humility, Andrew. Do a public apology.
For what?
Apologize. She's a mother. She's an ex-wife.
Dusty's all laughing. She's a mother. She's an ex-wife. Stupid Sara.
And you're running around on the internet?
She's a mother. She's an ex-wife. Yeah, so you know they're going to appeal to that in the court. They're going to try to appeal to that. They'll be like, oh, well, listen, I'm just a poor single mother. And this guy said he was going to take care of me. And then he took that away from me. And all I was left was this Crucible jacket.
Calling her a prostitute, saying that she sells nudes. All these things are false. At least with the Tilly situation, she quoted you saying you grape your wife.
You don't.
Yeah, that's stupid though. No, she called him a grapist. And by the way, how can you grape your wife if she wants it? If she's consenting to it? You can't grape the willing. You can't grape someone who's consenting to it, which Rachel has said plenty of times. She consents to it. It's all consensual, back and forth. Okay. So how can you grape someone if it's consensual? So yeah, it's not that he said that, oh yeah. Like again, even if she presents that, well, look, here he is saying he grapes his wife. Again, Rachel could just be like, well, no, it's consensual. Like it's not grape, it's consensual. And then bada bing, bada boom. There you go. But no, she called Andrew Wilson a grapist, like in general. Like Andrew is just this grapist who's out graping women, you know? Freaking, he's climbing in your windows, snatching you people up, trying to grape them better, hide the kids, hide your wife. Andrew Wilson, she's painting out Andrew Wilson as if he's bed intruder.
Don't even have a single instance of an accusation of impropriety, let alone anything like that. You don't even have a
Now you
well, I have not seen it, but thank you very much. Now I got something else to cover soon. So thank you guys. I will be watching that.
do.
text message where I was inappropriate with somebody one time in history. You don't even have that.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. There's no reason for her to have believed this in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think that a jury will think that she had any reason to do so. So, and that's what my attorney here says. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's what my attorney here says. Well, hopefully he hasn't retained the services of.
Hey, thank you very much, Flavius, for the $10 late night special. Lucky me. Yes, lucky you indeed. Thank you very much, Flavius. Yes, we're watching Dusty cover the lawsuit between Sarah and Andrew, where Sarah is suing Andrew Wilson, Rachel, and Rob and the Crucible LCC. And Dusty is trying to cope now and throw out crazy conspiracy theories.
Where'd he go? Saw him down there. No. Of 10th Man and 10th Man. Because 10th Man is my internet attorney, and he's the best. My fake internet attorney. He's the best fake internet attorney in the business. And here, let me. I know I just said this, but she can countersue for what sounds like he's talking about a suit where he is the plaintiff. Yes, you must have stepped out for a minute, Mitch Levin. He is, and he's talking about he's raising funds for a lawsuit that he's proposing that hasn't been filed, but he's thinking about doing against a content creator in the UK named Tilly for defamation. So he's done all this publicity and all this fundraising for a lawsuit in which he might be a plaintiff at the same time that he's getting hit with a lawsuit where he is the defendant that he's saying nothing about. So what I'm speculating or proposing is that he has no intention to sue Tilly at all. He's just lying to his audience to raise money for a defense again for the Sara lawsuit. I think the Tilly thing is complete bullshit.
Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Yeah. Again, why Andrew can't just make a video saying, "Yeah, listen, I'm being sued by Sarah Tomato, so I need money." Why he couldn't do that, I don't know. I don't know why Andrew has to come up with this elaborate plan to make up this story that he's going to sue Tilly, when in reality he's going to take that money and he's really going to sue Sarah, or he's going to really use that for the Sarah lawsuit. I don't know. It only makes sense to Dusty.
Why don't you use your own money for the suit? I suppose I could. Why doesn't she use her own money for the defense? Destiny's putting up $100K. Remember that for her defense?
$100K.
How come she's not using her own money for the defense? You fuck. I would much rather use your money and then keep it if there's no more viable option. And I'm going to be completely upfront about it. Anybody got a problem with that? Don't fucking donate to it.
Yeah, no, exactly. No one would care. I would give more money if it was against her. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people would donate in a heartbeat if Andrew set up a GoFundMe for the Sara lawsuit. In a heartbeat, people would donate. If Rob sent one up too, people would donate in a heartbeat. So why come up with this elaborate scheme to pretend that you're grifting for Tilly, but really you're grifting for Sara? Like it just doesn't make any sense. The only person this makes sense to on the planet is Dusty.
Pretty simple. Pretty easy. But you're rich? Well, I guess I'm about to be a lot richer.
Was it right there, Roman King? Look at that loud breathing from Dusty, huh? This guy makes fun. That guy, Dusty, makes fun of Rob for his loud breathing. Yet you have Dusty here with his loud, heavy breathing.
Ongoing pressing Sarah Field situation? No.
Yeah, that was nice timing. Yeah, so like the Thorpes were recently roasting Dusty and calling him Boit, which stands for bottom of YouTube. But they brought up some good points. Like, what's with this the bird? What is this? An owl? Like, what's with the owl here? Powdered Dusty. What does it have to do with his name, the Powdered Dusty? It's just this branding. It's just so weird. It's just weird branding. What does it all mean? Doesn't make any sense. What's with the bird? What's with the bird, bro? What does it have to do with the Powdered Dusty? Isn't the Powdered Dusty like a drug reference? What does this have to do with any of that? Doesn't make any sense. It looks like he took freaking like he looks like he took animated GIFs from like old GeoCities websites, and just made that part of his freaking branding.
Yeah, I chain smoke like a motherfucker in here. For you guys. I'm chain smoking for you guys. All right, here's what's going to happen.
Emmett coded, yeah.
I need to take a piss break.
Anyway, that's about it. Yeah, that's the end of the Dusty stream. I see now somewhere Dusty confirmed to be a part of Bohemian Grove. Call Alex Jones. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but doesn't it look like the old animated GIFs from like the GeoCities websites from like a long time ago? You go to like a website and you just see these random animated GIFs on there. That's what that reminds me of. Oh shit, this is a Dusty coping stream. Yes, he went over the Sara lawsuit against Andrew and Rob and Rachel. And so yeah, he covered that. And again, so he ends it off with his ridiculous theory that when Andrew says he's going to grift for the Tilly lawsuit, it's actually he's lying to his fans and he's actually grifting for the Sara lawsuit, which again doesn't make any sense. I don't know why Andrew would have to do that. I don't know why he wouldn't just ask people for money for the Sara lawsuit. People would donate in a heartbeat. Why would Andrew have to come up with this elaborate scheme to grift people when he could just ask and people would donate? It doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense to Dusty. But I think this was Dusty's attempt to try to talk about this lawsuit. Maybe he's low on content, if you notice, it was kind of quiet over there in the panelverse, not a lot of loud noises coming from the homeless encampment. So this could just all be a scheme for Dusty to draw up attention to the lawsuit because he needs content. He also wants people to talk about it. Well, I guess you won, Dusty, because here I am talking about it, talking about your stream anyway, and just pointing out how ridiculous you sound and how stupid you sound and how I think again, I'm speculating too here. I'm just a jackass on the internet. All right, just giving my opinions. This is my opinion, allegedly. Okay. Dusty, I think, in my opinion, said some things that could hurt Sarah's case. Okay. He admitted in here that her sending the lewds to Andrew was an attempt to get revenge on Andrew. I think that could hurt them. Also, too, he said openly that, oh, yeah, you don't sue someone who's broke. And, you only sue. Look at Rob here. Look at all the money he makes. Look at Andrew. Look at all the money he makes. So, yeah, we're going to move up to Texas, baby. Like, listen, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a lawyer. That's why I'm saying, in my opinion, allegedly. Okay. I think that could hurt their chances. So, but even if Dusty didn't do this stream at all, I still think Sara doesn't have a chance in hell of winning this lawsuit. I don't think she has a chance. Now, I could be wrong. Okay. Maybe the judge might be a female judge and rule in her favor because Sara plays the whole I'm a single mother card. I'm a mother, a single mother, divorced, and this guy took my money from me. There's a chance that could happen. They could play that card. But if they review all the footage, again, everything happened on camera. That's going to hurt her case. Everything happened on camera. Everything. So they could play the footage of Rob saying this. They could play the footage of Andrew saying that. But in the end of the day, they're going to say, well, what started all this? And then they're going to play, well, look at this footage of Sara on Dusty's stream, pretty much inciting people to go to Rob's stream and harass him, and then cutting her whole panelverse speech, power of the panelverse. It's right there on camera. It's right there on Dusty's stream. So when they try to say that, oh, yeah, they're lying when they say that Sara orchestrated this or planned all this or we were coordinating stuff, it's all there on camera. You guys were obviously coordinating. It was all there. So it's going to be losing right off the bat. So then I think Andrew and Rob could just say, well, all this was in retaliation. You know, and I don't know. We're just going to have to see how this plays out, huh? So what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys later.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy that video? I hope you did. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, or else you're gay. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just trying to save you from sin. Also, make sure you catch the Cool Stream live Mondays through Fridays right here on my YouTube channel. And make sure you follow me at any of these links down below for everything Cool Vic.